Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow. Oh.
Read the room.
It's been 2 weeks. Some people are still coming online.
See you in an hour.
Exactly. Before we get started in tonight's session, we're going to go ahead and jump into our announcements real fast, beginning with our fantastic returning sponsor. We have two tonight. Our first one is a NordVPN. Sam, if you don't mind.
Flame on! It's the master of the darknet. You know me by my Haxer handle, BlackWillow73 at AOL.com. I just got back from DEF CON, and I'm already spinning my webs, poning low resers and fragging side channels on my Vulcan nerve hack, staying leet. Now, some net scrapers say I should use NordVPN to protect my system when I plug in, but nah, you're looking at the Raster Blaster. I'm hardwired. Ain't no noobs nailing my nanobytes, so let's jack into the mainframe. Oh! Here we go. CPU replicator? Psh, I'll crash the code. Overcranked scanner bot? No problem. I'll reroute their trap door. Password? Psh, it's swordfish. It's always swordfish. What? Oh, what's this? Red code virus? Two-factor memory leak? I've been sliced? But who could have done this?
It is I, Kryptonic Override, the most elite hacker in the darknet. And today I shall hack you, Black Willow 73.
What? The hacker has become the hacky? Nobody wipes Black Willow 73. Only one thing to do. I need my friends at NordVPN. Yep. A personal virtual private network service provider with more than 5,000 servers in 60 countries. Hold on, I'm getting a call. I'll just put it on hold. They're also the sponsor of today's Critical Role episode. Just gonna boot up my NordVPN fail-safe disk.
Wow.
So cool.
Wow. Yes.
That's so
Okay. Unmapping the screensaver. Repatching the Y2K. Gleaming the cube. Yes.
Thank you.
Cybertronic override has been iced out.
No! Damn you, NordVPN. You foiled my hack once again. But soon I will defeat you and find the true source of the Ultra Codex.
What?
Your days are numbered, Black Willow.
Wow.
Wow.
Guys, cybersecurity may seem complex, but NordVPN makes it easy. With their cutting-edge technology that shields your internet activity from hackers, protects you on public Wi-Fi networks, and even blocks annoying ads. Right now, they're offering some amazing holiday deals, including, and I'm not making this up, an 81% discount off a 3-year plan, and special gifts like bonus memberships, membership months, and their password manager app, NordPass. You can find all these deals at our landing page, nordvpn.com/criticalrole, or use coupon code criticalrole at checkout. But who was Kryptonic Override? What is the Ultra Codex? Who will get sliced next? Find out the next time NordVPN sponsors this show. Matt, hack to you.
Wow.
Did I send you those floppy disks like the AOL?
Actually, rarities.
These are
I
weapons.
think they're
I
kinda
actually used
antiques.
NordVPN, guys.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The Cyberpunk reboot is weird.
Yeah, it's a fun prequel to the upcoming CD Projekt Red game. It's all in canon.
Memorex floppy drives are very expensive, so let's not lose
Yeah, let's be
those.
careful. with
Yeah.
these.
Thank you,
Is like
Sam.
what the nuclear codes are on?
That's what I
Bringing me
heard.
back, man.
And thank you, NordVPN. Our second sponsor tonight are our friends and returning sponsor from the beginning of this campaign up until now, our friends at D&D Beyond. Those who haven't had an opportunity yet to check it out, I'm sure you've heard things here and there. It's a great online tool for creating D&D characters, for organizing your campaign. It's a bunch of resources for spells, items, both homebrew and official in the actual world of Wizards of the Coast D&D. They're awesome. They allow this man to do other crazy stuff outside of this hacker bit. And the escalation is scaring me, to be perfectly honest.
Sam all along.
Don't use your facial recognition on me.
Find out more at dndbeyond.link/critical role. Thank you, guys. We have a few more announcements. Travis.
Yeah, I feel like Sam just lost 10 pounds of water weight in that raincoat jacket.
It doesn't breathe, this jacket.
A massive and huge thanks to everyone that donated for our November fundraising campaign with OSD. You guys are amazing. Together, we raised over $44,000.
Hell yeah.
And we were able to help over 1,250 veterans and active duty service members. That is amazing.
Thank you guys so much.
Guys for that. It's incredible. Also, thank you again to Travis Frederick for his generous donations.
Yes.
It's an incredible accomplishment, and we are so proud again of what our community is able to do in the world. So thank you guys. Love you.
Thank you, guys. Laura, you got a few announcements.
Oh, who's wearing them? Who's wearing them? We got these badass. Is that on?
I don't know.
No, don't do it. Put it back.
Take that. What is
It's
that?
got Vox Machina on the back.
If you want to show them.
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that. You go.
Okay,
Use
yeah.
mine. Oh, wow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the store now. Go look at it. This was by Brian Weiss. He's amazing. And just a little, note. If you're buying items for Christmas or the holidays, the cutoff date, if you get regular shipping, is December 8th. And then if you do expedited shipping, you can go all the way to December 15th. Just letting you guys know that if you want to buy them for gifts and you're like, oh no. So there you go.
Perfect.
Do it now.
Thank you, Laura. That's mine.
Oh, I have the minorest of things. Just friend of the show, Joe Mad, comic book legend, and running the company Airship Syndicate Games. They have a new game out today, Darksiders Genesis. I've been working on Darksiders for a long time.
Yeah.
I remember walking into the studio and working on some mystery game, and Joe Mad, alarm.
Sorry.
Joe Mad was just in the room. Anyway, the game's out today. The Horsemen are riding again. That's it. Joe's just a friend, and they make good shit. So check it out.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thanks, Joe Matt.
Thank you, Joe. And I believe with that, it's time to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call, digging deep in your soul? As the legend unfolds, now it's your turn to roll.
And welcome back. So,
Knock the words out of my mouth.
Well done.
last we left off, children. I know it's been 2 weeks, but I need your attention. Last we left off, the Mighty Nine, having sought the answers behind the cult of the Angel of Irons, uncovered secretly the angel does not exist, and the cult is actually, essentially, catfishing its members to the benefit of Tharizdun, the Chained Oblivion, one of the most dangerous, mad, hungry gods of the betraying gods. Gathering allies, you found that they were getting close to the final phase of their plan and were making their way towards Rexentrum, the capital of the Dwendalian Empire. With the aid of Pumat Sol, you made your way there did a call for friends, put some word out to the Cobalt Soul, but at that time it seemed the Kreen dynasty was assaulting the capital via Purple Worm burrowing assassins and warriors. In the sense of this chaos, you made your way through the rain to the Chantry of the Dawnfather, where it seemed one of the shackles that holds the Chained Oblivion at bay resides. You battled your way through the chapel, through the cathedral, shattered the stained glass windows, freed your friend Yasha from the influence of Oban, and sent him as well as the remainder of his trio below, but not before destroying the now weakened Laughing Hand. After making your way through the mysteries of the subterranean basement and uncovering the ancient location of where this shackle was located, you did battle with Oban, prevented him from completing the ritual, and left him to die and recover on his side of the plains. But in the final moment before he could be reborn, the Chained Oblivion delivered its punishment for failure. And you watched as his body transformed into a horrible, roiling, pulsing black inky mess of eyes, teeth, and tendrils. And that's where we left off. So, as you all look in horror upon this transformed mass before you, I need you all to roll initiative.
No,
Wait, what?
Oh, God, that fucking fast?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that thing was dead. He's alive.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's old. Are you
This is what you're fighting now, buddy.
He came back as a piece of Unami. Look at that.
Oh, no. Toonami?
Umami. Oh, wait. What's
Unagi?
urgent? That's it.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, so 25 to 20.
That's a Sharpie. That's a Sharpie.
25 to 20, nobody? 20 to 15.
19.
19.
17.
Sorry. All right.
I don't even know what we're doing.
All right.
Next to this thing?
Some of us.
Is it you than that?
Not
Are we?
15 to 10.
Where am I?
11.
I'm right
11.
next to it.
I tied with the
Good old you.
wizard.
Yeah.
When I tie the wizard, I am going to die.
10 to 5.
9.
Technically, I'm 5.
Technically?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I'm 7.
All right,
That's
so
with
Caduceus.
advantage plus 2.
Got it. Okay.
Yashua.
Yasha.
And then Jester.
Tie the wizard.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
We are.
Not, you're up first. Watching it begin to spread out, its body emerging and lashing out. You can see the light in the room itself seems to almost dim in its presence. What are you going to do?
I mean, we're killing this thing, right?
Killing or running.
I will fire a crossbow bolt
All
at
right.
it.
Go for it.
Is it in melee with
It
anything?
is.
Okay, great. That's a 23 to hit.
What's it in
23
melee?
hits.
Who's it in melee with?
All the 4 of us that
Pretty
were
much
surrounding-
all of you except for Caleb, Caduceus, and the Catergeist
Great.
Oh, Kato Geist is still here.
is still in the room.
Oh, fuck.
That's okay. Maybe the Kato guys will help us.
Sure. 29 points.
29 points?
29 points of damage.
Kato guys
Roll
has to be
real good.
really pissed. 29 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus action. Disengage,
Okay.
and I'll take my movement to out and around, fleeing. As if I can get to that pillar and behind it, that would be
25,
great.
30, you have 5 feet of movement.
5 more feet of movement?
You're 30 feet right now, you have 35 is your movement, right?
Yeah.
So you're right here, you can move five more if you want to go this way, or if you want to stay behind the pillar.
I'll do 5. Well, no, I'll stay behind the pillar just in case it does some crazy area effect thing.
That finishes your turn, Not Ford, you're up.
Yeah, I'm tapped. I have no more spells or any feature abilities. I will take my chances and run after Not out and around, same way.
Okay, as you rush away, one of the inky whips whips in your direction. 12.
Oh, misses!
Yeah. You duck underneath it, it slams into the rock behind you, the wall cracks, and you watch as stones and bits of broken chamber plummet to the ground.
That's very fortuitous.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Fortuitous?
You can get just in front of Not there if you'd like.
That sounds great, and I will send 2 Eldritch Blasts in that thing's
for it.
direction.
That looks like a custom mini.
That's a 24 and a 26.
24 and 26 both hit.
Great. 14 points of force damage and 14 points of force damage for 28 total.
Nice. As you launch both of these out just around the corner of the pillar, both of them plunge into its darkness, and you see these dull kind of green detonations of the Eldritch energy, like depth charges deep in the ocean, but just swallowed by the blackness. It hit.
Okay, great.
All right, that finishes your turn.
It's bad, we're running!
All right, it is now Oban the Punished's turn.
No.
Punish.
It's going to go ahead and do a Storm of Biting Shadow.
What the fuck?
What is
Everyone within 30 feet, which is everyone.
Except for people behind the pillar.
Everyone within 30 feet.
Damn it!
He smiles. Fighting
It attacks. So I'm going to just go ahead and roll damage on
I
this
like we're getting
first.
swordfish.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Sam.
Maybe I should have double dashed out of there.
Yeah.
You got
So-
points too?
I mean, we're gonna have to fight him at some
Forward.
point, so we can get.
That's going to be a 24.
Hits.
You take 22 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Beauregard,
24 points.
natural one, misses you entirely.
Oh my
Oh, they
god.
have to target each one
Yeah.
individually?
Caleb, that is going to be a 21.
Hits.
Hits. All right, you take 22 points of necrotic damage. Caleb falls on.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Alrighty.
Now you
Not. 15.
misses.
You duck
I'm
out.
behind that pillar.
There you see. Goes well done.
Punished in the end.
Wait, and do
Yeah,
I
you
take half
would have
damage?
had you would have had a half cover. You take no damage.
Oh, great.
But you would have had a +2 to your AC because you have half cover from behind the pillar. Jester. 14.
Whoa!
Rolling really shitty on this. Like 3, 2. Oh, great. Caduceus. 29.
Oh!
Misses.
Take 22 points of necrotic damage.
That's fair.
And Yasha. Natural 1.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
Very scared of me.
So everyone who is hit, which would be Ford, Caleb technically, Caduceus, you are weakened until the end of his next turn, which
does
means
weakened mean?
all damage you deal with weapons is halved.
With weapons.
Okay.
Spells too, just weapons.
Just weapons.
Okay.
Okay.
Is then going to go ahead and attempt to move
Okay, so
this way
God.
We're good.
around,
But
which
holy
means
fuck.
both Yasha and Beauregard get tax opportunity.
Sentinel
Actually,
no bitches.
it's tax opportunity, so yes, you do still get it. Because Sentinel does cancel out if it's for one attacking the other,
The other.
but for you do get still
27.
27 hits.
I rolled a 19, so that would be a. What am I still have the skin gorger. 27.
27, that hits.
12 damage.
12 damage, all right.
And that bitch ain't moving.
Wait a
Nope.
minute. Wait a minute, and it's a 19, so that's a critical with a skin gorger.
Correct.
Let's go.
Let's fucking
Let's go.
Guys, it's 2 weeks later.
If the
and
effect
Ashley
is-
still here.
I know this is
Are you
weird.
still raging?
I mean, I
Still,
was.
this encounter happened like there was like a brief pause as it transformed, and then
So would you
Let's-
still? Am I,
I'd say you're still.
Okay.
Let's go. Brutal critical. Brutal critical.
Curtiker.
go for it.
I already did mine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're good. 12 damage from bow.
Okay.
We got you.
Where's my
Breathe,
fucking
relax
things?
now. You're good.
I was about to say, do people still have blasts, or do we not? This bless is still up, isn't it?
I think.
Bless would still be up.
Okay, so every.
Although you took damage, so I need you to roll a concentration.
concentration check. That's fine.
Check. You beat an 11 on the DC.
10.
Bless fades. Who do you have a cast on?
No, I had.
Who did you have?
That's been a couple weeks.
I had 4 people.
Chat room!
Oh, you had 4 people? Mm-hmm. You sure it was 3 and 3?
No, it was 3 and 4. Because
It was?
because I casted a second level for 4 people.
I was not blessed. Because I
was
wasn't
not
in the room.
blessed.
Oh,
Yes, you were.
You were
I
blessed.
was
You were
blessed, but I don't know
blessed.
who I got it from.
Well,
I don't remember.
All right.
if you can't remember, then I'm gonna
You
roll.
choose.
Yes, you were, dude. We
Yeah, you were.
talked about this last week.
Okay, so Ford loses Bless.
All right.
I feel like I got mine from CAD.
Trying to find him.
Crit roll.
Caleb
stats.
keeps it. Beauregard loses Bless.
Yeah, it's fair. I'll make a note next time. Didn't occur to me that we should have this break.
I know, right?
Oh.
So we'll say that there.
All right. I know because I still have my first levels, but not my second, so I bring the second for the plus, which means I get 4.
Okay.
I feel like
So yeah,
not
damage on
Ford and
that?
Caleb were blessed by
that
Jester.
would be.
It's just a feeling I get.
Oh yeah, not Ford and Caleb. Okay.
So 13 was the total dice roll. Plus
Feeling? It's a feeling I got.
13 plus.
Feeling you got?
Yeah.
It was not Ford and Caleb.
Not Ford and
It
Caleb?
was who I had blessed.
30
so those
30
are
damage.
still up.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. Thank you for following up on that. 30 damage?
30 damage.
Woo, nice. Well, checking one thing about.
I don't know.
All right, good to know. Alrighty, so that means. So Caleb loses it?
Well, because he's unconscious. I had him, but.
Okay, well, the spell is still on him, technically, I guess. Yeah. So these around.
Technically.
So Ford keeps it, Not keeps it?
And not.
Gotcha. So then you lose it.
Yes.
34.
34, all right.
Forgot to add
Whoa.
the extra.
Points of damage?
Yeah.
And you rolled a brutal.
And Caduceus, you lose it.
The extra damage die?
Yeah.
Dope.
Alrighty.
Dope.
It's an extra d6.
Cool. Yeah, on your first hit. Although, is that on your turn?
No.
Double check.
It was a
and-
reaction.
Right, so double check and see if you do the extra d6.
Okay,
So you
let's
think
see.
you may already.
Yeah, I didn't. I
It's your
actually
first turn,
didn't.
I think. Might be in your turn while you're ready. Anyway, Jim, that Oban cannot move for the rest of the turn, so he has 0 speed for this. That finishes Oban's turn. It's now the Caedogeist's turn.
Please, please,
Caedogeist
please attack the.
is going to
please
turn,
attack.
see this scenario, see you guys in trouble, and it's going to go ahead and run this way up the stairs.
Okay, well,
Really?
better than.
That could have been worse.
Yeah. I mean, she has to be super pissed. She was under his control too, you know.
As is she? As she runs by?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yell at it. Oh, come on! Really? Not gonna? Okay.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Fair. Oh man.
Come on, 2 natural.
That's a 6.
All right. The Caedogeist doesn't even look at you.
Nah.
She just flips you off. It's like glides by and begins to merge into the stairs up here.
Rude.
All right, Bo, you're up next.
Pop his pustules.
Ew, your hands are going to sink into it.
Yeah, it's super gross. I'm gonna try and avoid like places where there are mouths.
Good luck.
Just good life.
I don't have
generally,
advantage,
yeah.
right? First attack. 17.
17 hits.
Ooh, that's good. That's amazing.
There's a large mass of tentacles. It's not difficult to hit necessarily.
10 damage.
10 damage, all right.
Second attack. 25 to hit. And 11 damage.
Got it. All right, bonus action.
And then I'm just gonna bonus action attack.
Watch out for those mouths.
26. I mean, sorry, 16.
16 hits.
Oh, wow. 9 damage.
All right, so as you each punch, it's like punching the side of a cold, wet sea creature. Like it kind of like impacts and blubbers a bit, but then your hand kind of sinks like tar, and you have to pull back. And as you do, you feel teeth that had since gone around your fist scrape away, and it kind of like digs into the skin a bit. Not enough to damage you, but you're like, whoa, this is horrible. It's terrible. And then,
Oh, this turned me into a 90s cartoon character.
whoa! Don't forget to recycle. And as you pull back, the teeth kind of close and pull open, an eye kind of pops out. That's your action, your bonus. You still have your movement.
My movement.
Or you can stay put. Your call.
It's just Regal's face popping outside.
Yeah. You know what? I'll back up. I'll head towards the door, towards Cad.
Did she get any? Does he even swipe at her or anything?
It's already used its reaction.
Yeah!
So you can get. Are you going all the way to Caduceus, or are you going further in?
No, that's good.
That's good. Cool. Caleb, you're on the ground. Why don't you go ahead and make a death saving throw for
Does
me?
blessing affect this?
Blessing will give you an extra D4 technically, because it is a saving throw.
Yeah.
I think it says.
Well, that ain't gonna help. That's fail.
All right, first death save failed for Caleb. All right. Caduceus, your turn.
I'm going to walk up to Caleb.
Walk up to him.
Thank goodness.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
2 clerics.
So you get 29 hit points.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Brave clerics, man.
Yeah.
Not today, motherfucker. If you're unconscious, I don't have to roll. I just do max healing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Pretty cool.
You are the ultimate defibrillator.
Yeah. Pop off. Ain't done today. And I'm going to use the rest of my movement. I can't really, my bonus action
You move 10 feet, so you have 20 feet left.
I don't really have much that I can do with my bonus action, so instead I'm going to use the rest of my movement pulling Caleb further away from this thing. Or can I help Caleb up? Or no?
I'd say no. You've gone to the process of...
Can I take bonus action in the rest of my movement to pull him like 10 feet away?
I'll allow it.
All right.
You can move him 5 feet away.
Okay.
That's as far as
That'll
you can
do.
get him. I'd say with the remainder of your bonus action and movement. Okay. That finishes Caduceus' go. Yasha, you're up. Actually, before that, at the end of your turn, Caduceus, let's go ahead and use a legendary action.
Okay.
To go ahead and do an Inky Whip against Jester.
No. It's so cute sounding.
It is.
That is going to be a 19.
That's my armor class.
That hits you then.
Oh, wait. Yes, I added my shield already to it.
Do you have a bless on you?
No,
That doesn't
mine-
bless. So that's 12 plus. You take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And
And then it pulls you 10 feet to a space adjacent to it, but you're already adjacent to it, so not a big deal.
Okay.
Is that darkness spell still up?
Darkness spell is currently still up, yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was cast by the Catergeist.
Right.
All right, that finishes that legendary action. So, Yasha, it's your turn.
Okay. So I am going to use, as a bonus action, my Zealous Presence, which unleashes a battle cry and gives 10 creatures around me of my choice advantages on attack rolls and saving throws. So I'm
For the
going
next turn?
forever.
attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. Yes.
Okay.
So forever.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then I will attack. I'm going to keep attacking him because I'm
Go for it.
very, very angry with him. Yes! I roll a 19 again. Okay,
That's what happens when you're angry.
yeah.
You're really raging. Are you really raging?
I'm really raging. Okay, so,
Just to check something real fast.
Yes.
Looking at the weapon. It's the 19 and 20 critical, I think, is when it's engaged its ability. How long does that ability last for?
well, attuned to the range sword, you can use your bonus for 1 minute all attacks. Okay, so while attuned to this greatsword, you can use your bonus action and take a point of exhaustion to empower this blade for 1 minute. All attacks with this greatsword deal an additional 1d8 acid damage, and it critically hits on a roll of 19 or 20.
Right, so
okay, so it's just...
So, ignoring the fact that was probably going for previous battles, the battle would have, or the damage, extra damage would have probably balanced that, it's fine. But just going forward,
It's just
we'll
regular.
say it's just regular, a
Got
20
it.
is critical.
Okay.
So you hit still, but you
so
don't do
27,
critical.
yes, that hits.
Okay. We'll just call that a wash.
Apologize.
It's all good.
Okay, so plus Divine Fury, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
17 for the first hit.
17, alrighty.
I will take my second attack.
What if we don't kill Oban? Will it, like, reform again?
I don't know.
anything.
11 for the second hit.
11 for the
He
second.
might have to live out his entire rest of his existence. As
Carved
like
through
a
twice
blob.
the blade. As it tears through, you watch sections of it fall into the ground and then just kind of dissolve into a black oil-like liquid.
Death becomes her. You know.
That's your action and bonus action. Or just your movement.
I'm gonna stay.
You're gonna stay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yasha is mad.
Yasha!
I'm so mad.
That brings us to, actually at the end of your turn, it's going to use
I
another
would move, but I feel like
legendary action to use Inky Whip again on Jester.
It off. Doesn't like other
24 to
blue creatures.
I'm just don't know why it's attacking me and not Yasha. I'm not even hitting it.
Yeah.
He must really
It's just
dislike
so
me.
cute.
17 points of necrotic damage to you.
How much?
17.
Okay.
All right.
pick you up.
Jester, it's your turn. I need you to make a concentration check, by the way.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
Bless is maintained. And you technically have advantage on that because of your thing anyway. So what are you doing, Jester?
Oh man. Well, Yasha's not leaving. I don't know what to do. How are you going to get out of here?
I'll get out.
Just the king of this.
I'm gonna back up to the group.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Nicely done.
All right. It's been since Oban's turn, so it does get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, actually,
no, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't been.
Oban went after Ford.
You just had legendary accents.
Yeah,
Well, after Ford, but then it was against Not that it took its reaction.
and Not hasn't gone yet again.
Correct. But Oban went after Not, so technically it would have had a possibility of hitting you with a reaction, but it didn't. On a creature's turn, it gets its reaction back. It spent it on Not, who went first.
Oh.
So Not went first, used its reaction, and then it came to Oban's turn, so it got its reaction back and it hasn't used it since.
Good to know.
But that's a 16 to hit, so
Good
it
to
misses you
know.
anyway. So 1, 2, 15.
You know what I'm
20.
gonna do? Because Yasha hasn't left.
All right.
I'm gonna back up into the inky darkness.
Of the,
into the darkness.
Of the
Into
dark
the
spell.
inky darkness.
You got it. All right. You are currently blind inside that shadow.
Okay. I'm gonna invoke duplicity.
Okay. Ooh. Before you go in?
No, inside of it.
Okay. Is it somewhere you can see? Does it say it's part of the ability?
Well, fuck me running.
Spells.
Shut up, it's not spells, it's features.
Features.
Up to 3 minutes, it must remain within 120 feet of me. I don't think I can move it outside of where I can see, but I have to cast it within. Let's see. The illusion appears within 30 feet of me.
It appears, doesn't say in space you can see. So yeah.
Nope.
All right, then you can create it wherever you
I'm
like.
gonna create it within the darkness as well.
All right.
And I'm gonna make it run out of the darkness towards the group.
This way. All right.
Clever girl.
Over there. Okay. That finishes your turn, Jester. At the end of Jester's turn, it's going to go ahead and use its last legendary action to do Shadow Slip.
What is that? I don't think it's good.
You watch as the light in the chamber kind of quakes a bit and dims, and the long shadows that are kind of being drawn from the pillars around it. It shifts and teleports over to this side of the chamber, causing this pillar to break and fall. Jester needs you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Although you
But
have.
Yasha hasn't gone again, so I have a straight roll.
You do. You just hear the sound of it.
God, this dice! It's gone from 20 to 1 to 20 to 1, so I rolled a 1.
Well, the one? Okay, so the pillar does fall, unfortunately, and crack down over where you are. You suffer 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it just like slams into the back of your shoulders and neck. You fall down to one knee.
I don't think you get an attack of opportunity.
I'll roll a concentration.
Correct.
check.
Which, by the way, the blesses do fade because you cannot concentrate on. I
Oh,
believe,
right, twice. You're right. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do not, because part of its movement is it does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so no running.
So
with the
its
shadow
turn.
slip.
Its turn is before not, or this was
This
a
is still
legendary.
legendary.
Jesus,
3 legendary actions.
Jesus, I hate this thing.
Yep, this is stupid.
So, not, it's your turn.
Is it engaged with anybody?
It's currently engaged, technically, with Caleb.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
All right. I will fire my crossbow bolt at it. Crossbow bolt. I'll aim for one of those mouths. Ooh, 14.
You have
14.
advantage.
I do?
You do because of Yasha's shout. Yasha's battle cry in the middle of the chamber, instilling you with inspiration.
20.
That does hit.
Yes, thank you, Yasha.
Whoa.
Terrible. No. 26 points of damage.
Nice.
Oh man, my Caleb is right there. How can I get him to safety? Goo, goo, goo. Well, think about number 1 first. I'm not strong enough to drag him, so. Caduceus! Protect my Caleb! And I'll fire again and hide behind the pillar.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Let's go.
Rolling for damage. That's 9 points of damage. It fires again
Yes, it does.
for a 15.
15 just hits.
It hits! Another 11 points of damage.
Nice. Good round for Not.
44.
And then I will swing around that pillar and hide there
Okay.
shakily.
Alrighty. Next to Yasha.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Finishing Not's go. Ford, you're up.
Yeah, I will slide back just a little bit here so I can keep my eyes on that bastard. And 2 more Eldritch Blasts at it.
Go for it.
The 17 and a 14.
17 hits, so one of them does make contact.
Is that both with advantage?
No, they are not.
Is it with attacks or is it melee attacks?
Attacks and saving. Oh.
Just double checking. Is that what actually changed based on it?
Let me double check. I can get advantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Attack rolls, yeah, so you get advantage on both of those.
Wow, this shout was awesome.
That's a 22, and the second one still misses.
Okay.
I just did 1 and 1
Yeah,
and 2
yeah.
and 2. That's 15 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage. It impacts. You see it like almost swallows it, and then on the inside, one of the eyes kind of bulges, and then rolls out and splats on the ground. You can see its body is starting to show some tear. It's starting to like slop a bit and beginning to come a little part of the seams.
I have 15 more feet of movement. Can I just use it to keep going back towards that back corner? Just try and get as far back as I can.
Yeah, sure.
Keep doing this?
I mean,
I can't run past it, yeah.
I was like,
As long as
He's
no one
not
goes
gonna let
down,
us.
there's some cool stuff I can do, but if people keep going down.
All right. It's now Oban the Punished's turn.
Cool.
No.
Cool.
Let's see if that does not get its Storm of Biting Rage, biting Shadow back. So instead it's going to make 3 Inky Whip attacks.
Inky Whip.
Inky Whip.
Diary of an Inky Whip.
One of them is going to be at Caduceus. That's a natural 20.
I will cancel the natural 20 at least as my reaction.
Because you can do that.
I can do that.
All right,
so-
good call. Good call. All right, so you take 16 points of necrotic damage, and it holds 10 feet adjacent
No.
to Oban. It's going to make a strike at
16 points?
16 points. Okay. It's going to make a strike at Illusion Jester and misses. It's going to take a strike at Real Jester because it has blind sight.
What?
Oh, what?
Natural 1.
Oh!
Yes.
And it's going to use its jagged bite attack on Caleb, who is on the ground.
Got to.
So you watch now as the tendrils like start whipping in different directions. Part of the center of its body kind of like opens like a weird unfolding mouth with teeth and lunges down towards Caleb. That's a 22 to hit.
Hits.
All right. Caleb, you suffer from the attack.
Oh, sounded like a lot.
Yeah, dude.
It didn't roll very well, though. Take 21 points of piercing damage,
You still up?
Yeah.
and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
With advantage.
Less still, too?
No.
No. So strength 17.
17. You are swallowed.
All right, yeah. Now we're killing. Cool.
So you watch as the mouth
Cool.
closes around Caleb and then just engulfs him.
We'll watch him whip.
Matt, from the
Watch him
first
numb
melee
out.
attack you made against him, he takes 5 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, good call.
From the sword.
Thank you for that. Good call. All right, that finishes Obon's turn.
might be my favorite that you ever.
Watch him num.
Seeing it come close and it now kind of showing some wear and tear, watching you get eaten.
No, it's gonna try to leave. 4. Get ready.
Kiddergeist vanishes into the floor
Yeah. No.
and then pops
Yes!
and is going to go ahead and strike Oban the Punished.
Come on. I knew she was cool.
Yep.
All right.
Dead for thousands of years. Totally cool. Hundreds of years. Dead for a while?
Created by union between Lolth and Asmodeus. Totally cool.
Super cool.
Everyone's got weird parents.
Natural 20.
Oh.
And a...
Whoa.
Yeah, both hit. So the first is 20.
Sneak attack.
Kato guys.
It does
So
get
how do you want
attack
to do
on the
this?
natural 20, which is really nasty,
Come on,
actually.
come on.
Just mentioning that.
Come on.
Shitty roll, though.
Oh. Come on, Matt. Get it. How do I want to do this?
That would be great.
That would be cool.
We all get to tell it to him. Watch me.
It's like an Ouroboros.
We're just stuck in a loop for the rest
40
of the time.
points of damage on that crit, which is not bad. Not great, but not bad. It is immune to poison, so it's unaffected by that. And its second attack is going to be...
Come on, Kato.
Howdy doody doody.
Come on, guys.
11 points damage. Okay. That is going to end the Kato Geist's turn.
It's good.
That was pretty good, though.
That brings us to actually the end of Kato Geist's turn. He's going to go ahead and do another legendary action. Now that I've got them all back. And it's going to use 2 of its actions to spill darkness. You watch as now mouths begin to fold in on, so all the toothy jaws begin to disappear and eyes begin to emerge where they are, but the eyes are black. Just these black sclera, reflective dark surfaces, and as it does, you watch this almost ink-like black smoke begin to pour out of them. Within a 20-foot radius around.
Because you're swallowed.
So this entire space here.
Oh God.
Everyone except for Yasha and Ford, you are engulfed in magical darkness.
Oh.
You cannot see.
And not is out of the darkness too.
Oh yeah, not sorry. You were hidden literally behind the pillar. You stealthed away from the DM. Well done. That's gonna finish that go. Bo, you're up first.
So even with my goggles, it's still dark.
It's not standard darkness, it's magical darkness. You are blind.
So I have disadvantage on my attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're
But
a
with
monk.
Yasha's stuff, it balances.
Bounces out, I would say, yeah.
Fuck.
But you're a monk.
That was gonna be so cool.
Don't you have heightened senses or something?
Can see through abyssal blackness.
Fight by the sense
Her
of
hearing
smell.
is really, 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 really good.
Taste the air.
No, I don't have anything like that.
Can we just say that?
All right, well, I'm gonna crack my neck and just close my eyes anyway because I can't fucking see, and start wailing on this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna move in
Spit out.
to where you
The
saw it
wizard!
last and try and speak. Still inspired by Yasha's scream of vengeance, you rush in and hope you make contact. So just straight rolls.
13.
13 misses.
16.
Does hit.
These are all garbage rolls. 10.
10 damage. All right. Bonus action.
I'm gonna use my last key point to flurry of blows.
Okay, 2 more strikes. Straight rolls.
I hope that's not a mistake.
We'll find out.
2 more hits.
Natural
No!
one.
No!
22.
All right, so that one does hit.
10.
10 points damage the second time. So you go and swing wildly. The first one just goes wide. The second one impacts inside. You're like, I found it. You go to punch a second time in the same direction, and you find nothing. and right as you reach in, something closes on your arm. As soon as the teeth begin to pierce the flesh, you react and pull your hand out. It scrapes, not enough to do damage, but you pull out just as you hear it slam right behind, and they get one final kick in before you're like, okay, that was bad.
That was harder than I thought. I thought I was going to be a badass at that, actually. I'm not.
That finish your turn, Bo? All right. Caleb.
Is Caleb able to cast at all?
Caleb, you are able to cast if you'd like. You.
Oh my god.
Hold on, you are blind and restrained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Does that mean is he able to do somatic or?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Caleb turns into a giant ape.
A giant ape? Okay.
Yeah.
How big is a giant ape?
What if it just like stretches around you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, this thing doesn't have like
huge.
It's like a ball sack.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a huge testicle.
So I'm gonna make a Constitution saving throw. Make an intelligence check for me. Roll a d20 and add your intelligence
That's
modifier.
the ape, yeah.
Yes. Or as Caleb, as casting the spell.
Okay. And just straight intelligence?
Correct.
No, it's a check.
28.
28. Okay. Yeah. You emerge after being spit out into shadow, prone as a giant ape, which I don't have a giant ape huge mini because that was unexpected. But for size, we'll go ahead and here. We'll just use this, so you know the huge size it's necessary.
Damn.
You are the size of the creature that just devoured you.
Whoa.
So you are spit out onto the side. No damage taken, but you are regurgitated.
Mm-hmm. I will use my movement to stand.
So half movement, you get back up, and you're just blind still. You're no longer burning and like feeling 1,000 teeth carving away at you from the inside as you tear your way out of the interior of this creature, and now it's just darkness around you.
Are we deafened as well, or just blindness?
Just blind.
Then everyone hears.
Oh
sure
God,
that's good.
what's happening now?
Oh man. Do you stay where you are, or do you want to move?
I use my action to cast.
Use your action to cast. You still have your movement as your.
I thought to get up.
You just half your speed, so you still have half the ape speed.
Well, I will feel around and try to feel the squish.
Okay.
And try to tear the thing apart, which I don't have economy to do. But I'm going to just use my ape fists to feel for the squishy thing.
Do you have reach? As an ape.
Come on, feel the square.
How far can that ape reach?
Reach 10 feet.
So yeah, you reach around and you kind of like gather generally where it is, and you can hear the sound of it too.
I'm getting ready. I'm pissed off.
All right, cool. All right, that finishes Caleb's go. End of Caleb's turn. It's gonna go ahead and use another Inky Whip attack. This one's gonna be at, let's say, Caduceus.
Inky Whip.
Watch me num num.
28.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right.
Knock it off. 157 hit point healing spell.
You take
That's awesome.
20 points of necrotic damage.
Fudge.
20 points?
Yep.
Oh.
And you are pulled towards it, but you already are
already
there next to it. Caduceus, it's your turn.
So, if I have I just think I have a verbal somatic spell, which is it's just an action to cast at the creature. What's the deal with casting that in blind? And
If the spell says a creature you can see, it's part of the
creature
spell.
within range. No.
Then you can just cast it in that direction.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, certain spells require you to see the target, in which case the blindness would
So
prevent you from
ray of
doing so.
enfeeblement would technically kind of work here then.
It would. You just have to, as it's ray, you still have to roll to hit him, correct?
No, it's a con save.
I thought ray spells hit him. All right.
Yeah, you'd think.
Weird. Okay. This is a grave cleric thing too.
That I cannot tell you.
No, make a ranged spell attack against the target. It is.
Except there's because it says attack save con 17.
Right. At the end of each of its turns, it makes a save to resist the effect.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember you forgot that last time.
Okay.
So that's a whole thing.
Most ray spells, as part of the rays, you still have to aim to fire. So.
Okay, well in that case,
But you're right in front of it. You know he just pulled him to you. You to him.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's
You
gonna...
still have disadvantage on the strike.
Yeah.
Has Yasha gone?
But
yet?
Yasha hasn't gotten trained, so you would have advantage, so it would just be a single roll. So,
Yeah,
up
let's
to you.
do it. Let's Raven Fiedelman, because this will help shit a lot if this works well. What do I add to this? Is this just my spell? Is it?
You add your spell attack modifier.
So it's just a 5. Oh, spell attack 9. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Ah, 18.
18 hits.
Nice.
So you're half damage.
Half damage for attacks that use
strength.
Strength? You got it.
Which I assume these have been using.
You'll find out.
I will find out. Shit balls. That is I'm just making a big assumption there. Hasn't used its reaction yet.
It is not yet.
Okay, so I'm still stuck here.
Unless you want to risk it.
Do it.
Where would you risk? Where
I'm
would
playing
you
the
go?
part of Travis now.
You are. You're
Campbell.
terrible. I rolled and I can't use any of my other. I can't use a.
I can take. I'll take.
I can't use a first level spell as a bonus action right now.
Mm-mm.
Nope. I got nothing. So yeah, I'm just going to steady myself and
stay in place. All right,
stay in place.
End of Caduceus' turn. Yasha, you're up with Jester on deck.
Okay.
You just see this wall of shadow engulf that side of the room, and you can see it kind of swirling, and it's pulsing weirdly. There's a source to it that's keeping it at bay. So you have no idea quite where anything is. You can kind of guess based on what you last saw.
Yeah, I'm going to march right in there.
Okay.
And try to feel around for the squishy. Walking with one hand forward.
I'll say it takes all your movement to get up to it, but you can.
Okay.
I'll allow that because you're kind of like moving around, feeling out with blade in one hand, pushing past Caduceus for a second, making sure it's not, Caduceus isn't a creature, hearing the sounds and following your way there. So I'll say it's half speed to get there, but you do.
So I'd like to make an attack.
Okay. Now, are these reckless or not? Because you have disadvantage on this because you are blinded within the radius.
But with the battle cry?
It's the end of your next turn, right? Or is it the beginning of your next turn?
Oh, yeah, it's the start of my next turn. You
So
are
it's gone.
correct,
So you
sir.
have to be reckless to
get
a straight roll.
Not a straight roll.
Otherwise, you have disadvantage on the strikes. It's up to you.
Yeah, reckless.
All right, so straight roll. First attack was?
Well, I mean, it's shit. Let's see. I don't know why I was arguing for something that's not going to work. 11.
11 misses. So your first strike goes wide and actually almost goes towards Caduceus. Caduceus, you hear the wind just miss you by inches.
Okay, there we go. 19, 27.
27 does hit. Go ahead and roll your full damage on that, including your bonus
Kill
d6.
this thing.
Okay. 15.
15 damage, nice. Alrighty. Alright, that finished your turn, Yasha?
Uh-huh.
Jester, you're up.
Okay. I'm going.
You're in double magical darkness right now.
Double
Yeah.
it.
Super blind.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the area of effect spell.
Yay!
Okay, on this one here?
On the stuff that he cast. I'm gonna step forward. How about that?
Okay.
Trying to.
I'm trying to dispel his fucking
thing.
darkness.
But there's two effects
Yeah.
going at the same time.
All right.
Well,
So, you probably have to move out of this radius. As far as you're concerned, you don't know that it emanated darkness.
right.
Because you've been in shadow this whole time. That's what I would argue for.
Okay.
Unless you chose to step out of it and notice it, and wanted to do that.
Right.
But
okay.
you've been
I
in
haven't
darkness
seen
for
it.
a full round. You don't even know that he emanated that.
All right, then fuck it. I was trying to help you guys, but I can't,
Fair.
so I'm just going to step forward until I can smash into the blob, and then I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at 3rd level.
Alrighty.
Inflict Wounds!
As you come out, hearing it in the general direction, you're like, just thrust your hand out, concentrating. You feel the warm glow around your symbol, and that warmth kind of travels up your body to your arm, and then turns very cold at the tips of your fingers as you reach out. Go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Adding your spell attack
She
bonus.
still has disadvantage.
Yeah.
My turn.
reach out and find nothing.
God fucking, why do I suck so hard, you guys?
You know,
why?
you,
Why do I always-
you're actually, your character's pretty great and you play her pretty well. I don't know, for a dice mogul, your dice need to be cleansed.
I just. I even went with a different choosing
Why
route
did
this
you
time.
choose a different dice?
Because it's an old priest and a young priest.
An
An old priest and a young priest.
Well, Jester, as you reach out and the spell fades, you still have your movement if you'd like to, or a bonus action. Whatever you'd like to try.
Gross. But like,
I can't tell where I am. How can I use my movement to do anything? I'm just gonna stay where I am.
All right, Not, you're up.
Not being able to see anything, I'm going to. I haven't done this,
And
but
help.
I'm going to use my goblin muscles to lift up my goblin ears and point them towards the creature, trying to find any sort of sound of movement or grossness.
Yeah, I mean, it's you remember where it was generally.
Yeah, but I'm also doing this.
Okay.
And the second I hear a squishy testicle, I'm going to shoot at it.
Stretchy Batwing.
I fire shit with disadvantage or advantage. No, just disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
All right, 12. I assume that misses, Mr. Matthew.
Yes, it does.
He's gone. I've lost him.
Thinking.
I've lost him.
I've seen that demonstration.
He's gone. Matt is also
Just double
DMing
checking if you. Sorry, what was that total?
another game. 12.
12 misses.
Okay, I will reload and shoot 4 feet to the left.
Okay.
22.
That hits.
Yes!
Get that chicken heart.
Come on. Naughty dirty dirties.
Sneak attack?
No, because there's disadvantage on the attack.
Ah, you're right. You're always right.
Sneak up behind a thing I can't see.
8 points of
8 points of damage. All right, Not, you have your movement still. Would you like to move or stay put?
I can see right now.
You can.
As far as I know, Caleb's dying in its stomach. I guess I'm just gonna stand there because I don't know what's going on in there. I wouldn't go in there.
All right, Ford, you're up.
All right. I have advantage, but I can't see in the darkness, so it's a straight roll.
You don't have advantage currently.
I don't.
No, Josh's turn is that ability's faded, so you have
These are both
disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay, great. Let's take 2 Eldritch Blasts into the darkness. Yeah.
Attack the darkness.
That is a. Where is it? That's a 14 to hit. This is. And a. Yeah.
God damn.
12.
Both attacks just go wide. You're not sure if you hit or not. You just throw them in there and hope they made impact. You hear no sound of any reaction or screech or anything. It's a little disheartening.
That is my. I will shift 10 feet to the left.
All right. Right there.
God damn
You
it.
got
God
it.
damn it. I won't
Okay.
make it.
It is now Oban the Punish's turn.
I like that.
God damn it.
Maybe his thing will go away. Maybe his oozing dark or whatever it's called.
Maybe he'll learn the error of his ways.
Yeah, maybe.
Storm of Biting Shadowback? No. Nope. Does not.
He wants a snack.
Is going to, because it is enfeebled. So this does. It's going to make 3 of its Inky Whip attacks again.
Knitting corner.
One of them is going to be at. One of them is going to be Beauregard. Which, because you're blinded, has advantage on the attack. That'll bring to 23.
Hit.
I said to. Why though?
Why?
Okay. It would be 21 points of damage that is reduced to 10 because it is enfeebled.
Hey, go get you say.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my
Thank
god. Deuce. Death Cleric.
Thank you.
It's going to go ahead and ink attack against Yasha.
So cute.
Thank you, Gary Ducey.
Natural 20.
That hits.
You can't see it
How
to.
many times do you get to do
I
it?
can't. Can I?
Can't see it.
Double checking. I can't.
Can't see it. It's okay.
But it cancels out anyway.
Yeah, it takes half damage. So for this, it's. Oh shit.
But it also gets halved anyway. Oh, it's
Yeah,
necrotic.
I'm
Doesn't get
resistant.
halved. Oh, you're resistant
I'm
to necrotic.
resistant to necrotic.
Yeah.
So it does.
So it
Roller
does.
coaster.
Whoa.
So
Wow. Never mind.
that would be 36 reduced to
20.
to 18. reduced in half again to 9. So you take 9 points of necrotic damage. Bullshit. And then its final
There's an ape that just
lash attack is going to be at you, Jester.
I knew it.
Here we go.
You're fine.
That is going to be a 26. All right. You take 15 points of necrotic damage.
It's rolled a 30. Oh.
Halved to 7 because of.
Oh, okay.
Yay! And it's going to go ahead and use its jagged bite attack against you, Caduceus.
Sure.
Oh.
It's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
But you can't because you're made of balls.
There. Okay.
Intimidation.
Like actual balls,
No
like
more
little
nicknames.
marbles.
He's a lawnmower man.
31 points of piercing damage.
Reduced.
Reduced to half. So you take 15 points of piercing damage. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Strength saving throw. With advantage. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Nope. Strength saving throw.
Yes.
Come on. If I've ever needed a natural 20, it's right now. 15.
15 is not enough.
God fucking damn it.
You didn't add anything to it?
I don't add anything to a strength saving throw.
Oh,
You got swallowed.
no.
Yeah. You are
Caduceus.
swallowed. Not that anyone else knows. The shadow fades. You all can see again. And as you all get a look around, you do not see Caduceus anywhere. All you see is the mouth going.
And Caleb is still in there, and there's a giant ape.
Wait,
in
is
the room.
Caduceus the
You
ape?
guys now see a giant ape there, like.
Wait, I know what happened. Caduceus turned into the ape.
Oh, that makes sense to me.
That makes the most sense.
He can turn into an ape?
We've never seen it before.
Kato Geist is going to go ahead and attack now.
Oh, yay!
Thank you, Kato Dice. Please, Kato Dice, please.
It's going to go ahead and
This happened so bad.
shift below.
Oh my God, Christ.
To try and hide, and then scoop up on this side.
Yeah, take it.
Thank you.
It's actually going to drop the darkness at this point, so that's, it's not going to help
Anybody.
anybody, really.
Oh, I can see!
Somehow misses the first attack, but does hit with the second. So it does get sneak attack damage.
Come on.
Jeez.
That's so
That's
many.
so many sixes.
Yahtzee.
Jenga.
Wait, is this Kato Geist?
This Kato guys.
Big money, big money.
Kato Geist?
41 points of piercing damage. Immune to
Oh,
poison.
wow, you're right. Your critical was not good if that was a regular one. And you
I
could
rolled
have done
really
like
shitty on
80
that
points.
critical sneak attack. It was like 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. I was like, yeah. So that's Kato Geist's turn, who's starting to look a little nervous now.
Oh, jeez.
And his like eyes, there's like carving in, stabbing in, vanishing into the ground, coming back again and carving again, and it's kind of looking at all the rest of you like, silently, come on.
I totally thought he was about to die before.
Beauregard, you're up.
I said,
Actually, at the end,
puke up
at the end of Kato
our
Geist's turn,
wizard.
he does make a save.
Good.
Sorry.
Heroic moment.
I remembered because he gets a save against theory of enfeeblement, and does so.
Saves against it?
Yes. No longer enfeebled. That was a 24 check on
Did a
that.
really good
Yeah.
thing.
Did a lot of good
Done.
work.
And at the end of the Kato Guy's turn, is going to go ahead and use one of its Inky Whips against Beauregard.
No.
That is going to be a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Beauregard takes 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, is that reduced? Is that like halved or anything?
No, because it's safe against it.
Take that nasty plunge.
Fuck, man.
Beauregard gets whipped and yanked to the ground and is now being slowly dragged towards it.
Oh god, oh god.
Beauregard, go make your death save.
Already?
It's Beauregard's turn now.
Again.
What is with the fucking rollback on that thing?
It is really bad.
I mean,
it
like
happens
15
all
and
the
up,
time.
and then it's like, no,
It
5 or
does.
less.
That's a
You need to get
failure.
rid of it. Don't go by my dice, but don't go by anything that I say.
So one failed death save for Beauregard. Caleb, your turn.
It's crazy.
Gorilla Caleb is too incensed. He's just wailing on the thing. So first, Monkey Strike is very low and does not hit. That's yeah, it's an 11. Does not hit.
Not hit.
Second one does is a 25.
That does hit.
So that is 8, 10, 6. Oh, good. 18, 23, 31 points of bludgeoning damage. from the
31 points of bludgeoning damage. Nice.
Help.
As you, first one swing, miss, the second one, you slam into it and parts of it are splattering. You grab with your big monkey fist and tear away. And as you throw down chunks of its weird, it's lightly corporeal flesh, it splatters into the ground and turns into just a tar-like liquid. It's sticky in your fingers and the anger wells up in you. That finishes your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to stay right at it.
End of Caleb's turn. I'm just going to go ahead and use another Inking Whip attack. This is going to be against... It's going to be against Jester. Because Yasha just shrugged that off. 14!
Thank fuck.
All right.
Keep the healer up, please.
Caduceus. Beginning of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So can I cast, fuck. So I don't entirely know what to do here. I'm going to,
You can feel thousands and thousands of tiny teeth tearing across your body.
tearing across my body. Okay.
What are you doing?
Yes, tearing across my body.
I'm
Sounds-
going to cast. Hello. This is interesting. I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay.
Ooh, that could be cool.
So go ahead and make the attack roll with your spell type modifier. You have disadvantage because you are restrained within it.
Wait, can I even cast Vampiric Touch? Yes, I can. Okay, come on, let's roll well, because this would suck if I don't. 12.
12 misses. You try and reach out, and as you put forward, it seems like the mouth around opens up and makes space for the hand. And you make contact, but the spell doesn't seem to take.
Okay, I can't take a bonus action to do anything really in here.
I mean, unless it's a cantrip, and
unless it's a cantrip,
and you can see.
There's no bonus action cantrips.
I'm going to give myself, in that case, just nope. There's no. I've got. I don't know. I can't do that either because. Yeah. Nope. Because I can't do that. Nope. Never mind. I got nothing.
Okay. Yasha, you're up. Just you're up.
No, that's not a bonus action.
Okay.
Actually, at the end of Caduceus' turn, it's going to use its last Inky Whip attack, and this is going to be against Jester.
Why am right
fucking damn
there?
it.
17 hit.
19.
She's so strong with her shield.
Thank you, Beaumont!
I'm dying.
Okay, so break this down for me again. Bo is being pulled towards it?
Yes,
Yeah.
and is unconscious.
It is unconscious.
Okay, so can I try? I'd like to try to cut off whatever is pulling her towards
I
the...
will say it's more narrative. Beauregard is unconscious, so I mean, if you want to try and grab Beauregard and take her far away from it, it's like I got an action to grab and move.
Yes.
After moving and get her away, then you
Okay,
can do that.
so I am going... Say again?
Can you heal?
It's already used
Already
it.
used it.
Okay, so I'm going to turn, look at Bo, and I'm going to pick her up and take her into that spot right there.
This spot here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little bit so when she comes to, she can come back
You
in
pull
and fight.
Beauregard out of the range into that space. As you do, it takes attack of opportunity against you.
Okay.
Okay, Yasha, that's good.
29 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fine.
You're not even awake to see
20
this
points of necrotic
romantic
damage reduced to
gesture.
10. So you take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, and then, can I, as a bonus action, can he understand anything what we're saying?
You have no idea.
Okay, so
You've never seen this creature before. There's no sign
I'm just
of anything
gonna try.
Oban-esque anymore. Whatever this is, it is terrible.
I'm just gonna try screaming out in Abyssal, drop it!
Okay.
Drop it!
Make an intimidation check.
As if to a dog?
As if to a dog. Nope. Nothing.
All right. You shout out into the room. You gather the creature. Either it's engrossed otherwise, or it lacks the intelligence or the care to acknowledge what you shouted.
Okay.
All right. Yasha turns over. Jester, you're up.
Okay.
But not on deck.
So you can get away from it at least. But
Okay, I'm going to. Well, this is
I'm
so
inside,
difficult.
So. Unless he spits me out, I'm kind of fucked.
Do people have healing, like potions?
Got this.
I'm going to use command
Oh, wait, okay.
on it, and I'm going to say, vomit.
Vomit. Excellent choice, Jester.
And then I'm going to back up.
Sure. That's fun. All right. What's the DC on the spell?
17 wisdom.
17 wisdom. Natural 18. 23. I'm sorry.
Okay.
As you shout the word out to it in a similar way as to Yasha's previous yell, it seems that whatever intelligence lies within there has been shattered into 1,000 pieces, and it is only driven to eat and destroy.
Okay. Then I'm going to I'm going to run around it.
God damn it.
And get on the other side and see if I can like block the doorway to keep Bo safe.
Okay. That finishes your turn, Jester. Not you're up.
Okay.
realized I had a
Wow,
healing
this
potion I
is
could
just
use as a bonus action.
insane. This is just insane. Am I 30 feet or more away?
You are not. You are 25 feet from it.
Boy, I mean, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt.
Go for it.
20 to hit.
That hits.
With sneaks, the sneakies.
With sneak attack damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on now.
Come on now, get her.
Come on now, kill.
Hey, almost
Kill.
hit it, 25.
A lot of threes, a lot of threes.
That's okay. You got a couple six. You got a six.
Hurdy dirts.
Gonna get a 6, 75, 75, 66, 75.
27 points of damage.
Alrighty.
No, it didn't do it. Is Bo out? I can't.
Bo is out. Yasha dragged her.
Bo is.
But Bo doesn't
Bo's
have.
unconscious.
Bo's unconscious.
And Yasha has no way of healing her.
And Bo and Yasha are in the hallway?
Yeah.
Correct.
Fuck. Yeah.
Caduceus,
Just a little bit.
Caduceus is inside of it. Try.
I mean, we'll see.
We're both. We're
But Yasha has no way of healing Bo.
Nope.
doesn't have any-
I already used my healing hands on her earlier.
I hate
You're
being the
nearby.
problem.
Ish.
That's all of us.
Have you used one save?
Yes, one. I've lost it.
You're nearby.
Yeah. Why?
You're coming up.
No.
I'm not. I mean, it's gonna be a while.
All right, then I will use my movement to dash towards Yasha and the escaping Beauregard.
I'm not escaping. I'm
30.
escaping life.
Sorry, the cowardly Beauregard.
Yeah, you're getting medevaced.
Oh, Jesus.
I will dash to them.
You will dash. Okay. You will take an attack of opportunity.
No, he already used his reaction.
On Yasha.
Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah. So. All right. So you get
I
it.
will ready my potion, but can't quite use it yet.
You got it. Ford, you're up.
All right.
Want it? You want it?
I will run forward my 30 feet up towards the inky shit.
Just gotta wake up
Gets you right there.
Oh, so I'm out of melee, right?
You're out of melee. You're standing on one of the ritual sigils with the red carvings and drawings on the ground, and it kind of, even though Oban is gone, the ritual is still present, and it gives you this weird kind of like shooting of cold energy through your body.
Can I take one step to just like see it and then step out of it, just out of habit? And I'll look at it and like Tommy Lee Jones and Men in Black will be like, "Eat me, you piece of shit! You're a taint smear of Tharadune's crotch! Let's go!" And I'll fire 2 shots of Eldritch Blast. Go for
I think the Texan accent came back on that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
It might have.
Yeah, of course it has.
Had to put a little spin on that one.
That's right.
That is 24 and a 15.
Both hit.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful. Great.
Oh no.
Come on.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. I just realized
What? Tell me.
bad things that could happen.
That is 12 points of force damage and 11 points of force damage, so 23 points of force damage.
She's gone.
What?
You fire both into it. You see it's like parts of it are falling onto the ground. It's trying to create more mass within it, but the shadow continues to fall. It is so close to fucking dying.
Almost had it. You almost had it. You were like, oh, I wanted it, one, two.
This is it.
And it's his turn.
I yelled at it, called it a taint smear.
Wait.
It gets its Storm of Biting Shadow back.
Fuck, y'all, this is it. We could fucking die right now.
Wait, it gets his what?
Oh, no.
All right. So, I roll the damage first.
Oh no. Oh bad. Oh bad.
I got Revivify, but if I go down,
You're gonna
She
go.
can't.
Okay. So, against you, Ford. 29.
Oh, yeah.
29. You take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, could be worse. Oh no, you'll go now if you get hit.
And you are weakened.
Uh-huh.
Beauregard, you fail another death save.
just one.
It's not a melee attack.
Oh, thank God,
If it's within,
that's right.
if it's within 5 feet of you, it's a critical hit, in which case it does 2 death saves. You, that is a 16 to hit. What's your hits? 12. So you can take another 21 points of necrotic damage, and your attacks are half. Your strength-based attacks, or no, all your attacks that are weapon-based are half damage. Not.
If I was still
29 to hit. You take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Do I get to like evade or anything?
It is a weapon attack. You can use your reaction and take half damage if you'd like.
I have stuff.
I will do that.
All right, Jester. That is a 19 to hit.
19.
Take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Unconscious.
Oh.
Damn it.
Jester falls. The illusion fades.
Is that real Jester?
Real Jester is out. Falls.
This is bad.
This is bad.
And Caduceus is inside.
Caduceus is inside. So Caduceus is unaffected. Yasha. Natural 20.
Okay.
So that would be on the dice that I rolled there. It was 22. 22, 21 I said. It was 21. 21.
Literally just talking about how I don't have a backup character anymore.
36 points of necrotic damage, reduced to half. So you take. So it was 30,
Did you say 36?
36, yeah, so it'll be 18. So you take 18 points of necrotic damage. And all your attacks take half. Attacks do half damage too.
All of my attacks towards him take half damage.
Or do half damage.
Do half damage, I mean.
Okay. That's going to finish his turn. Catergeist is going to attack.
Come on, come on!
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Harder to do.
I really don't want to do this.
Yes,
Do it, just do it.
Come on, come on.
That's 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it's not a sneak attack because no one
Everybody's
is
dead.
Everybody's dead from it.
What about the
Although
gorilla?
Caleb-
the
Caleb-
gorilla is engaged with it.
10 feet reach.
And technically, yeah,
I mean,
10
he
feet.
also would have.
Yeah,
He would have.
yeah.
He's not going from far away. He's
no,
on top of it.
No, that's true. That's true. I'll allow it.
Matt's gonna kill one of his own characters.
Come on.
Glad we shamed you into this.
Say it.
Yes.
Say it.
Say it. Say it. Say it. How do I want to do this? Friendship. It was killed with the power of friendship. That's the
please describe how you would like to kill yourself?
Oh shit.
As the creature itself is like pulling itself towards the doorway, as everyone's trying to find its way around, you watch tendrils pulling it and dragging its form in almost like a weird rolling ball of black inkiness. As it makes its way that direction, Caduceus inside being torn by the teeth that grind, everyone else knocked unconscious on the ground, eyes rolled back, mouths open, barely breathing. You watch as the Cadogeist kind of vanishes into the ground. As it pulls forward, it explodes from the inside. Caduceus rolls out onto the ground, covered in the black ichor, and there where it was standing, you see the Cadogeist holding both blades out, had phased up into it and burst through from the inside, carving it apart into multiple places.
I immediately stand up and bonus action mass healing word the second I can.
Okay, we'll come to your turn, which will be in a second. Bogart, your turn comes up first next.
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead and make a death save.
Right.
We're still in initiative?
Wait.
You would be up next.
Two
just
failures?
next.
Yeah.
This
So
is one roll.
it's okay.
Makes sense.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're good. You're gonna do good. You're gonna roll 20. You're gonna roll a 20.
I don't trust that one.
Remember what you said.
Do that one that's been crazy all night.
Why are you doing that?
Because it'll work.
This one? This one?
Oh God! Don't trust Sam.
12.
That's a success.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Just enough.
So now it'd be Caleb and Caduceus' turn. So Caduceus.
Mass healing word. Anyone who's unconscious gains 9 hit points.
You're holding on to that.
Everybody else gets 7 points. Actually, it would be 6 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Did you skip the gorilla? Which is totally fine.
I would have skipped the gorilla, I suppose. So it would have been, and I kind of know you're fine. So it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll hit you too because I was trying to make friends.
Sure.
So
okay,
9 for anybody who's unconscious, 6 for everybody else.
As you all kind of feel the surge of energy from Caduceus, you shoot back to consciousness.
I hate
You
this.
shoot back to consciousness.
What happened?
I'm gonna look at the Cadogeist. Can I get a hug?
You watch and she goes, not my type of
I gotta heal.
interaction.
I gotta heal for you when you're ready.
I'll be fine. And you watch the Cadogeist kind of look around at the rest of you.
Yeah, we're all doing the end of the musical number breathing.
Yeah.
Cadogeist just sees.
What? Shush.
What is this? Shush.
And she just vanishes into the wall.
That's okay.
She's so cool.
I'm all right with that.
Did she kill it?
The giant ginger gorilla is shoving his head into the hallway and looking in to see Beauregard being tended to over here.
Yeah. The remnants of Oban you can see. There is still like chunks of the body around, but they're slowly just
Can I
liquefying.
walk in and see if there's anything, anything that seems important.
I'm gonna dig through the guts.
Same.
Caleb, are you in there?
I'm gonna sit and start a prayer of healing. Prayer of healing.
No, pretty much. I'm saying for the as you guys are going through, like everything you grab and pull, it's like a Jello that's been in the sun for a bit. Like it's turning into liquid in your fingertips, and it's sticky and it's getting all over you. And by the time you've sifted through it, it's mostly just now a puddle of kind of black oil tar-like material.
I'm just going to stay sitting on the ground watching numbly at everything going on around.
Gorilla lumbers over, picks up Knock by the scruff, whose legs and hands are just going. "Bip, bip, bip, bip." And she's sitting on his head, 20-ish feet in the air.
It smells like Caleb. I think it's Caleb.
Everybody's up?
Yeah.
Oh god. Do we even go out and check on Pumat? I'm so fucking spent.
We have to, or at least let me send a message.
Sure.
I'll point up in the direction of Pumat and whisper into a wire. Pumat, if you're alive, please respond to this message.
What's the range on it?
I think it's 100 or 150.
100 feet. There's no response.
Oh, we're down that far.
You guys are you're a little bit further than that.
Oh,
from the
I've got the third
It's
level left
120
with my.
Yeah, nothing.
I've got the third level left with my pearl of power.
Guys, Pumat is dead.
I'm going to cast sending.
Okay.
Pumat, are you alive? Is everything okay up there? Please tell me you're still alive up there.
You pooping?
No, I'm going to say that.
There's no response.
It could be anything.
He's not responding.
Maybe he's still fighting.
Let's.
I feel like he could respond, and if he was, I would hear him breathing or something.
We should go check on him.
Oh no.
How? What if there's still all those creatures out there? Maybe. I'm actually relatively okay.
Do you mind checking ahead?
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm
And the
relatively
ape,
okay.
Cape-lib could come with us.
Can he fit through that
arch?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Does anybody want to stay and heal and rest, and we can just go look?
I'd rather keep everyone
all go
up.
up.
We should just go up.
Yeah. Why don't we
All
check
of
it
us
out first?
Together.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Yasha's back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Caitlin, carry me. Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to Cape-Lib and cast Cure Wounds on Bo. Help by him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
He lets go one side and holds her by her ankle.
Alright, you're gonna make me black out again,
15
dude.
points of healing.
What blood I have left
15
is
points of
rushing
healing
to
to
me.
you, Bo.
Oh god.
Can't believe I got fucking kill my own boss.
Had to happen.
So
eventually.
fucking
One of us, it was gonna
Play for
happen.
hundreds
so-
of hours.
I know.
Oh.
I just don't want to rob you guys of it.
Oh, no.
I'm
Real
so
into it.
happy
Real
for you.
into
It was
it.
the best.
It was cool.
All right.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
How did it
Spider-Man
feel?
says.
It felt all right. It just felt kind of bad.
No, it was awesome.
You were so
No
close
way.
to finish.
I Cure Wounds myself at level 1
had like 3
for
hit points.
11 points of healing PS.
Before changing back, Cape-Lib puts Beauregard down, and a giant hand, I don't want to do it to you for real, but just way too large, ruffles her hair.
Oh man, that's not. Oh. Oh.
Another death save.
No, I'm doing much better now. Thank you. I'm okay. Okay. Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. The archway. Technically, you could fit into the archway, but the stairway would not fit you at all.
Oh.
So you would not be able to, as in your current ape form, ascend. Cool.
Let's go. We have to check on him.
Am I taking lead on this?
I'll go ahead. I'll take a big swig of booze.
Else in here, do we?
We don't know. And here, I think we're good for now.
So what's the marching order?
I'm going first.
Not forward, Caduceus.
I'll go behind
Second
you.
to last.
Not forward, Yasha,
I'll go last.
Caduceus.
I'll go in front of Jester.
What state could Pumatso be in and not be able to respond?
Dead.
Others? Give me some others.
Might have teleported out.
Two
He
out.
Might have.
No,
Yeah.
for too
But
far.
it would still reach him.
Sending
He might
booze
have
and
blinked
water.
into another
Caleb, you're in
dimension.
the back?
Yep.
I said second
Would
to
that
last.
still work?
So
Pocket
Jester in the
dimension.
back.
In another dimension, I think it still works as long as I know where they are.
You guys ascend the steps from deep within the hidden chamber of the Chantry Shackle. Finding your way up towards the familiar sight of the open crypt passageway. Stepping into the crypt chamber, the familiar old stale air of this ancient crypt basement finds you. You step out and there's the familiar statue of the Dawn Father atop the central platform. You can see the same brazier that you once burned to find the switch still kind of burning low. You continue onward?
Yes.
Okay. You come back to up a few stairs into the area where there was the 4 chambers for the people that keep the chantry long poisoned bodies still left in their beds. You ascend the staircase that leads into the cathedral and say...
Can we hear anything on the other side of the doors?
Before you even get to the doors, you hear footsteps approaching louder. You guys are in front, not in... not
Someone's
forward.
coming! Someone, everybody hide! Or ready your weapons.
You're like 30 feet up in the staircase, so...
And these footsteps are coming down the staircase?
Yeah, in your direction. You can see a bit of torchlight coming in your direction.
I will ready my crossbow, press myself to the wall.
Okay.
Go on one knee.
All right. As the torchlight comes, the footsteps suddenly come to a stop, and you hear a voice go, "Halt! State your name and purpose, or we will attack!"
God, sounds like gods.
You can look up and see in the torchlight that's kind of gathering the person holding it, there is what looks to be a Righteous Brand soldier and more soldiers behind them, kind of shoulder to shoulder and, pushing down the space.
Friends of the Empire here.
Please, we're survivors. We took refuge down here. As the danger passed.
Just make a general persuasion check. The voice seemed pretty amped.
18.
18. You watch the one who's holding the torch, who has his hand on a blade, looks and goes, "Are you the Mighty Nine?"
Yes, we're the Mighty Nine.
They're here, we found them!
Oh.
And the soldiers start backing up and kind of heading back into the cathedral space.
Okay.
Who's looking for us?
Yeah, who's looking for us?
How do you know our name?
We'll follow.
Okay. Yeah. You guys continue up the staircase, and it's a lengthy staircase until eventually you can see the faint look of interior daylight. Though still stormy and cloudy from outside, it's much brighter than the interior of the lightless staircase you've been ascending. Stepping back into the cathedral hall, you can see around you the marble floors are littered with mushy corpses of destroyed demons of various shapes and sizes. The dark ichor smeared in dynamic sprays against the floors around you, with glittering broken shards of multicolored glass window, just all over the ground. The looming, charred body of the Laughing Hand still stands atop the central dais, unmoving, like a nightmarish statue of ash, just still there in place.
Immediately searching around for Pumat.
Over a dozen or so figures fill the space around you. Some standing at the ready, while others are wounded and resting. You can see numerous Crownsguard in here looking haggard, holding their weapons ready, and as you kind of approach and arrive out, they kind of hold their weapons out for a second, but then notice the relaxed state of the crown, or the Righteous Brand that first met with you and kind of go to relax. You can see there are some slain soldiers. A handful of Cobalt Soul are present, as well as what looks to be Archivist Cathadoc, the half-orc who you had met when you first arrived.
Dead?
Oh, yeah.
No, alive.
Oh.
Kind of approaches as you begin to walk out.
It's good to see that you have all made it here alive. We were worried.
Where's Pumat?
Over that way.
And points towards the antechamber of the cathedral where you had moved away from.
Is he alive?
Is he alive?
He's barely, but alive.
Are you taking care of him? Should we go? Is he in need of magical healing?
Come. And kind of leads you guys back through the open doors, the two doors that lead into the front portion of the cathedral. Walking by Caduceus, you notice, as does actually Beauregard and Caleb. Well, no, this would be perception, actually. So it would be Caduceus and Jester and Beauregard. You guys notice that underneath one of the central towers, the two towers that were in the center, there were the balconies, you see a shattered metallic device about 2 feet or so in width. A central glass orb has been broken, and the kind of pinkish crystals that were embedded in 4 different places have been crushed. It is just, the device has been completely destroyed. You walk into the antechamber, and there, off to the side, you can see there's a few other Crownsguard that are in the process of tending to their own wounds. And on the ground, you could see there's one person who has finished bandaging a very, very hurt Pumat Soul. As you approach, you see him lying on the ground, bandages all over. One eye is covered with a bandage. You can see there's kind of blood spray on him. And the eye kind of flickers open a bit and turns in your direction.
Oh, hey there.
I rush over and take his hand.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, Nellie, I was worried about you folks.
What about us?
Happy to see your faces.
You.
Oh, I'm okay. I figured those buggers were coming from somewhere. So seeing them portals in the towers, I just, I managed to find that metal thingy and smash it. We're good too. It stopped coming through.
You were really, really big.
That was real cool.
Would you like a healing potion?
Oh, yeah. Well, I would not, be against it.
I will heal Pumat for. Oh. 6 + 4, I think, right?
Oh.
10.
Yeah.
Heals
That's
10.
a lot of money.
He probably made this one.
Yeah, well, you brought him from stabilized and barely conscious to at least somewhat more like lucid. Kind of leans him a bit.
Oh, well, thank you very much there, little, not lady, right?
It's not.
All right. Hey, sorry, I kind of got overwhelmed a little bit. Thankfully, these Cobalt Soul folks arrived and helped me out of a real jam. Well, it was all kinds of close.
You must have killed a dozen or so.
I lost count after like the first 20.
Whoa!
That sounds
Wow.
about right.
You're a maniac.
That's pretty amazing.
You're a hero. Come on.
Just helping out. It's been a while since I've got the flexy old poo muscles,
The poo muscles?
Poo mad muscles. It's
That's not
I don't
just combining the two words, it's
Yeah, no, don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it, but I don't think
That means something.
You like the poo muscle?
I think it's good work.
Turn to the field. You got a taste for adventure again? Or?
no.
Yeah. I didn't think so.
I think I'm pretty happy staying where I've been. I'm gonna just rest now. I'm just gonna.
There you go.
Come on, it's been crazy below. Did you see anyone in charge since you've been up here?
Charge of you mean that one?
Kind of points over, and you can see standing at the doors where you would exit. You see must be a half-elf woman, olive skin, dark brown eyes, and short jet black hair. Her helmet off to the side, and you see is wearing Righteous Brand armor, but the insignia on it, the trim and the design of the red cape that's thrown over one shoulder signifies a higher rank than a standard soldier. And as Pramat points, she's in the process of talking to two folks and looks over in your direction and starts making a walk towards you. And as that happens, Pramat's hand goes down and goes like, "Okay, it's sleepy time."
Rest well, friend.
Just goes right to sleep.
We need to put guards on that door. We haven't deactivated the mess down there. It's still dangerous.
And find out what is going on outside.
Yeah. I guess we're
The
about
figure
to
approaches at this point.
talk to. Hi. Hi.
Hello, I am Marshal Ishmara, and you are under my watch. Cathadox spoke of your arrival and the plight that was spoken when you came. It seems there is some truth to this, but all matters until they've been sussed out are in my watch, and you are not to leave my sight. Do you understand?
Yes, I don't think there's any problem with that at all.
Quick, what god do you worship?
I'm not one of worship. I am one who works for the Empire. The people are who I protect.
Quick, what do you think about the Chained Oblivion?
Kind of looks past the mess behind you. Seemingly quite messy.
25.
Insight check as well.
Make an insight check.
25.
25 insight check. All right.
Oh,
That's
whispers.
right. That's
You're just
right.
doing
Stand
it
up.
for whispers. You're just doing it for those sweet dulcet tones.
Mysterious whisper.
This whisper is brought to you by Dwarven Forge because I forgot to say it when we were in combat. There'll be a PAX Unplugged over this weekend. Go say hi at that Die Hard Dice booth. Follow along on social at Dwarven Forge, at Dwarven Forge, on at Twitter.
A critical bard. All right.
Sorry, what was, sorry, we're
You seem all right. We still have a problem downstairs. We got to make sure no one goes down there right now. There's still some bad things down there that
Gin oblivion. And some sludge.
there's still an active
The
ritual.
Angel
And we
of
can't have anyone
Irons.
go down.
There were glyphs.
But in addition to that, what of the Crick attack?
Oh.
Well, the attacks were sudden on the city, but equally sudden was their retreat. They seem to have pulled back within the last half an hour or so without particular reason.
Interesting.
Concerning the events that you appear to be tied to, perhaps, and as such, you are to be brought before the Prime Arbiter to speak your case of what you've experienced here.
Are we under arrest, Marshal?
No, you are individuals of interest. It is highly recommended that you come with me to ensure that we do not have a reason to arrest you.
Is she trying to speak to me in code? Insight check?
Make an insight check.
Why'd she look at me like that?
That's the fucking do what I say, boys.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. I won't even whisper. I'll just tell you, she doesn't like you challenging her authority. It's a tone you're very familiar with.
Yeah, it's a tone that I tend to challenge.
Can we, before we go anywhere, can we get somebody to? Can we maybe dispel that thing downstairs or do something to make sure that it's?
Cathodok approaches this point and goes, we have more coming. We can take care of the rest unless you know there is an immediate threat of anything else down there that we're worried would.
Unless the sludgy guy comes back.
It is a mess. I would put someone down there immediately to keep an eye out.
Understood.
And avoid the circles on the floor. They seem to be active still.
All right.
Don't stand on the. Yeah, don't let anybody stand on the circles.
Don't stand.
Don't stand so close to
the pillar. It's true.
Curious warning, but taken. At this point, you can see now about 20 more Townsguard are approaching, and it seems like in the time since you put out your calls for aid when you arrived, now the cavalry's showing up.
Is Ishmael still watching us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little walk around and just start a decompose spell on as many bodies. I'm just gonna like waft through the church and just tap, 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 tap.
The demonic sludge that's left behind doesn't take to any sort of fungus, but there are a number of bodies that are currently being pulled aside and put kind of in a line of the various cultists, just to kind of identify who they were and as to begin the investigation.
Tell who they were if you have discovered.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They'll smell better.
And a handful of looks like Crown's Guard and maybe like 2 Righteous Brand soldiers that were also lost in the battle of whatever demons that Pumat was overwhelmed by.
Do I see any other cardinals or any other people from the church?
Make a perception check.
That are still like lingering about? Perception check. Okay. 15?
15. At the moment, you do not see anybody who's wearing the signifying robes of the Chantry. You've only been here for maybe an hour and a half tops total, and most of the people that were probably present in the Chantry were poisoned below. You gather there's probably more members to the Chantry, or if they are, they're just not present at the moment.
We should tell the marshal about the bodies downstairs.
So do you
There's bodies downstairs.
Well done.
What kind of bodies?
They were members of the church here, of the Chantry. They were, I don't know, they were killed.
In their sleep.
Oh yeah. Not by us.
No,
by these folks up here, the demons.
And looks over to Cathodok. Are you getting this? Cathodok goes, yes, we're looking into this investigation. It will be thorough. Thank you.
It looks like the cultists did some serious defacing on some of the stuff, too.
I can imagine such terrible figures would do such a thing.
Well, Marshal, and Cathodok walks back into the cathedral.
Could I make my way over to the corpse of the Laughing Hand? I'm sure it's already been looked, but since it's
No one's gotten near it. There's like a wide berth, and everyone's kind of like.
I wanted to look up.
Yeah.
Get
Can we
a
walk
closer
over and do a search on its body? If I know it's charred black, but anything that sticks out that might have been on it.
Make an investigation check.
Guidance.
I don't think it works like that. But it's okay, because it's a 22.
22? Okay. You step forward and kind of everyone around kind of stops and watches you as you do it. They're just like, oh shit, he's approaching this thing. And it's like stepping up to it again. The face is like this much higher than you, and it still has kind of strong definition, though it is just black. And it is just all gray, and it looks almost like cracked and textured. And as you kind of like reach up and kind of grab at the cloak to try and, or the edges of the cloak or the body, you pull. As soon as you touch it, the body scatters into ash, leaving this pile and trail.
Let the winds take you to your place of rest.
That's real deep.
I hope somebody got the picture. Somebody took a picture, right?
Did you just think of that?
Yeah. I mean, it just came to me on the winds. Wild Mother Bee up in here.
Up in here.
He was probably stuck in there.
Did Cathadoc head downstairs?
He's gathering the rest of the Cobalt Soul, as well as the Righteous Brand soldiers that went ahead of them, that met with you guys, are beginning to head down ahead of the Cobalt Soul. Looks like they're building like a small regiment to now go down and investigate.
Does it look at any case, like by my assessment, that I could like say something to him kind of on the side without Marshall seeing? Or
possibly. And the Marshal's not like right there at all times. It's just keeping an eye on all of you and making sure you aren't going to just run off somewhere.
Okay. I will then saunter over to Cathadoc.
Okay. All right, we're preparing things to... Beauregard, did you need something?
Just be suspicious of everybody.
I
don't know who's a part of all this. But it seems... Okay.
Annoying. We'll keep a watch. Thank you.
Can I sidle over to Caleb and just quietly ask him if he's all right, if he knows anyone in this room?
Have I recognized either the garb of or specific people?
I mean, beyond, the bodies in the ground that are the Chantry's dress.
And you can assume his antennae are just going woo, woo, woo,
yeah.
woo.
By the way, Caleb has antennas. I don't know. Yeah, nothing catches your attention.
I will ask Caleb, do you think I should like transform into a non-goblin-y sort of thing, or is that gonna take too much attention over here?
I think at this point we're just going to be moving right out in the open. We're here now, aren't we?
There's been, you do gather, at the very least, I mean, there are stairs. People aren't going to not stare at a civilized goblin in the middle of the capital of the Empire. But based on what Cathadoc had said, between Pumat and Cathadoc, you're not unknown figures to the people that are here. As far as like on a large scale trusted, we don't know yet. But you gather, while people are staring, they're not like scowling and looking to run up and arrest the goblin. Cool.
Is the cloak still on the ground? Or did that disappear as well?
There are chunks of the cloak you could see, but most of it's burned away. The inferno that incinerated the Laughing Hand took most of the clothing with it, and it was just this kind of statuesque figure column of ash that loosely resembled the Laughing Hand until it was scattered.
I'd like to go up and take some of the pieces of his cloak.
Okay. You gather, they're small pieces, maybe more than the size of your hand or so, and they're mostly blackened and kind of curled at where the thick, heavy threads have pulled back from the flames, but you gather a few pieces.
I gather them and I'm going to put them in my book.
Okay.
Close my book and put it back in my bag.
All right.
Can I go over to the bodies of the cultists that are laid out?
Yes.
Can I just take a minute to kind of inspect them, see if there's any type of parchment, any unifying insignias, jewelry, anything on them?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Boop. Were there anyway?
Is that a guidance?
It's a guidance.
Boop is the universal symbol for guidance.
That's how you guidance is.
You just got pooped.
This fucking thing. You saw, I really do. Really fucking do.
Add a D4.
Adding a D4.
17, 6.
Okay, 16 total. 16 total. What just happened?
I turned off the lighting,
Oh,
so we're not in the battlefield anymore.
2 minutes. Are you okay?
You begin to go through the pockets. You quickly realize that all these bodies have already been checked. The investigation has been underway, and the Crown's Guard and the Registrand that are around, it looks like they've already gone through and grabbed things for their investigation. Looking at the people, there's no what you can discern like tattoos or markings or anything that is unified about them, and most of them just look like people. The ages range from early 20s, impressionable youth, to older folks, look a bit haggard and weathered by just time in the elements. I mean, the most frustrating aspect of cultists is sometimes they just look like the person next door.
I'm gonna look at the righteous brand.
Okay.
Anyone looking shifty? Anyone looking nervous? Anyone looking like they don't want to get caught? Anyone looking like they're too close to the investigation? I've been watching a lot of forensic.
Make an insight check.
Carrying in a crystal meth in her butt cheeks.
Insight check.
The second soldier is clenching real hard.
His poo muscles.
20 total.
20 total.
Beat me to it by height.
In the way that you're looking for, no. I mean, there are soldiers that are curious, partially just because the odd company in the chamber, the massacre that's happened, they don't have all the information.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know anything about the Chain of Oblivion. They don't know anything about this. A lot of these soldiers just got here and were given instructions to try and find things and look around. And you can see them, shifty in the sense that they're watching you intently and they're looking for any other exits and making sure that nobody who's not allowed to be here is entering the scene of this battle. But nobody triggers your brain in the way that you'd be worried about them being unnaturally nervous.
I just look at the ones that are looking at me and just.
Do we have any privacy, or are we in the open? Okay.
The marshal's like 15 feet from you.
Caleb, who is covered in his own blood and lots of ooze and is pretty fucked up, standing between Nott and Ford, just is looking at the room and says, "It is going to be such an interesting day. There are so many people to meet."
Here in the city.
I hadn't really thought about it.
If we have the chance, would you prefer to not be here?
I love this city.
Glad to hear it.
robot.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So ready.
Yes.
Beep, bop, boop.
The marshal kind of gives you a curious look.
She was hit very intensely in this fight.
I can see that. Come. And you can see now a troop of about 10 Righteous Brand soldiers accompany you guys, kind of flanking to the sides and back, keeping about a 5-foot distance from you. They're not shoulder to shoulder, but they're definitely keeping you encircled a bit. You're being herded and led out of the cathedral into the now rainy streets of Rexentrim. And we'll go ahead and take a break.
I don't want to take a break.
I do.
It's okay.
Liam runs up the street and burns.
Wow.
Alrighty, we'll be back here in a minute and see this next element of the story. In the meantime, we do have our giveaway from our friend. Wormwood. This is a Bolivian rosewood dice tray, leather interior from our friends from Wormwood. It's awesome. It's got good functions. You've seen this before.
What's the giveaway?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's what Laura uses. So one lucky winner in the chat will get this. The word tonight is punished. Punished. Enter it once, once only. More than once will be disqualified in the chat. And once again, it's for U.S. and Canada only, including Quebec, because of stupid laws. We'll come back here shortly with the winner. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Perfect warlock, weapons and supplies, but you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click, open your
everyone, the insanely talented Will Friedle here. I'm excited to announce that I have a new late night talk show coming to the Critical Role YouTube channel on Wednesdays called Mini Primetime. It's brought to you by the same creators as that one show with the hippie kid with the bracelets, whatever that is. Anyway, my show, Mini Primetime, is a mini painting show for beginners and veterans alike, where this handsome face teaches the Critical Role cast how to paint their own Mighty Nine minis. We're going to be focusing on specific techniques like fades, small detail work, and taking your mini to the next level by adding to your base. So look for it soon on Critical Role's YouTube. Critical Role, what is that? What is even a Critical Role? Oh, that's right. That was the show with Cash.
Last time on Yeehaw Game Ranch.
Look around you, Brian! Fuck, this is the place. This is a winter wonderland. Can I open the present? No, don't fucking touch that.
What in tarnation's got you so gosh darn cheery, you disintegrating Stretch Armstrong doll?
What's wrong with the wing? Wait, is that?
It's me, Flint Westwood!
Hey, Flint Westwood! Oh man, what have you been up to? We missed you.
Terry tells me you got an tussle with Basilar.
It all happened so fast, to be honest with you, and Basilar had some sort of eldritch being named Specimen X.
Yeah.
This is worse than I could ever imagine.
Okay.
The Guardians of Ove, the splicing of the God particle, the end of time.
Wait. The Guardians of Ove, the splicing of the what?
Before the hands of time made their first tick, the Ove created a high council of gods to help with the creation of the game verse. Once all the work had been done, the gods became restless and spiteful and turned against Ove. This was known as the War of the Gods. To change the tides in their favor, the Ove created 4 great titans to keep the other gods at bay. Once peace came to the worlds, these guardians of Ove were buried deep beneath the Dimor.
Wow.
It's been rumored that Basilar is searching for the DNA of these beasts and experimenting with cyber eldritch gene splicing with the help of Voidtech Industries.
We're over here.
Voidtech Industries.
I've been training soldiers at Yeehaw Fantasy Ranch for a time now, and I thought I was a long way from letting them out in the world, but it looks like we need to exhaust every option.
You're painting yourself.
Nice!
Nice.
All right, so this one that looks like a wild stallion with nice teeth is Sir Matthew Mercer, and this personified firecracker is Sir Marisha Ray.
Oh, hello, sir.
May they
Hello,
bring
sir.
you the extra support you need in your adventure.
Get away! Don't touch my fucking $7 pancakes! Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity!
Fucking.
Oh. God, am I the best there's ever been?
Can you take from someone else's plate?
Don't encourage him.
I'm not. I'm not gonna turn him down. If I see a hand, I fight it.
Yeah, look, he's guarding
That's the
me.
rules.
You guard your guy, all right? This guy, we got it on lock. Bottom right hand.
Bottom right hand corner.
Right to the bottom. Go to the bottom.
You guys get that bottom. Get that
No,
bottom.
go to the top. Go to the top.
Okay, we're good.
Now go to the lower left.
No, stop.
Fucking Pete, get your shit together.
Okay.
Honestly, those 3 balloons would not lift her. That is not nearly enough.
This has broken my immersion.
That hat.
We are in a helium crisis, Toadette.
Yeah, that's irresponsible.
What are you doing?
Think of Mother Gaia. I'm calling it right now. You're
It's
rolling
hard
a 5.
not to love me.
It's gonna be a 5. I got a 5. Anybody else?
2.
Wow! I'm just saying. Let's go to Vegas. Stay away. Shit. Is there like a boost? Is there a boost?
I like how Brian is just playing French tactics here.
It's more about Look, it's Travis. It's about Travis, okay? It's really about Travis.
I'm going back to my Will Smith Independent Days. Oh, yeah!
You got this right there. You got this, Marisha. Yes!
Which way do I go? Straight?
Why not down? What? Oh.
Special event.
What did you do to us, Jerry?
No, I finally made it this far on
Jerry.
the track.
God damn it, Jerry!
I moved in time.
I'm so pissed right now.
I moved in time.
Why did you tell me to go straight?
It took me 3 turns to get there, by the way. Gotta finish soft.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
There we do. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
There's a graph, guys. I don't see the need for that. For those that need,
you never even got off the ground.
I don't.
They're like success, mild success, fucking sucks. Yeah!
Oh, it's music. Oh, that's fun.
We can't hear the TV.
You got the booty?
Oh God! What's going on? I lost the beat.
Oh, he pulled it around the net!
No! God damn you, Seabiscuit!
Holy shit!
Fuck you, Seabiscuit!
Like a symphony playing to an empty theater, Critical Role dines alone without its audience. Yes, that validating and most enthusiastic congregation on the other side of the fourth wall. And what is this fourth wall, separating the viewer from the creator? A portal to an often sought point of connection? Or the Twitch subscription zone? On the rare occasion that you miss the live bacchanal boasted by the ragtag group of thespians on Thursday night, you may always view the show on demand in the Shadowland known as the Twitch subscription zone. Picture, if you will, the necessary pieces to complete a jigsaw puzzle, but it's up to you to choose how it will be solved. You could, of course, subscribe with your debt rectangle, but many more divergent paths lie before you. Perhaps you found yourself in possession of an Amazon Prime account. You would then wake up to discover a free Twitch subscription each month for a channel of your choosing. But this artifact demands renewal, for you must resubscribe each month to quench its unyielding thirst. One need not walk alone. Those who have already found their way can illuminate the path for others via the Gift a Sub button on Twitch. Critical Role is humbled by your subscription and wishes to thank you from behind the thin veil of this fourth wall. We hope you enjoy our content as much as we enjoy making it. And so ends another meandering digression, a complicated parody promo down an indistinct highway to the region we call the Twitch subscription zone.
You will subscribe. Twitch Prime subscribe. Gift subscribe. Subscribe.
That's a new one. Velcro taint's a new one. Respect. Before we get back, we do have our winner of a Wormwood giveaway. The winner is Snarky Sloan. Snarky Sloan, congratulations. We'll go ahead and get you your Wormwood giveaway as soon as possible. So, last we left off, you guys have stepped out into the raining cobblestone streets of the southern area beneath the Shimmer Ward within the city of Rexentrim, being led by a host of Righteous Brand soldiers and the Marshal. So, as Marshal Ishmara brings you guys along, the streets you see in front of you are barren of townsfolk. Most buildings are closed up and silent. It's eerie, but the rain is somewhat welcoming, and Yasha in particular. Feeling the rain come down and hearing the distant rumble of thunder, it seems to be almost a very cleansing and washing experience. This is the first time you've come out into a storm in a while, under your own will, and it feels nice.
I'll just close my eyes for a minute and just let it fall.
Okay.
Matthew, are any of the guards halflings?
I would say there is one that appears to be shorter than the others, to a point where it could be halfling or gnome. You're not sure.
Then never mind.
Okay.
I won't talk to Bo in halfling then.
You're uncertain. As you're moving through this kind of eerie calm that falls over the city, the intensity that you remember it as you came to the cathedral, the sound of distant battle and screams and shouts just gives way to silence now. You hear some rapid footfalls, and you glance over and see another troop of about 15 or so townsguard rush by, hurried, but not in a breakneck sprint like you had previously encountered. It seems, while the tension is still high in the city, and from the word that you heard earlier from the Marshal, the Kryn assault is not currently a looming threat at this time. You're brought a little further north, approaching the heavy gates that open through the towering pale walls of the Shimmer Ward. You do see 2 slain Kryn soldiers that are stacked alongside the edge of the street, where about a half dozen townsguard bodies lay piled across the way on the opposite end. Quite a bit of death seemed to have happened in a short period of time. You can see splashes of crimson leaking from each of the stacks, but as the rain falls and gathers with it, you can see it beginning to slowly disseminate and blend in with the cobblestone ground. Several Crownsguard present nod towards the Marshal as you approach and lift the heavy steel gates up with a as it raises up. You enter the Shimmer Ward, a sprawling region of vibrant gardens that carve through the streets and neighborhoods like a colorful maze, encircling massive estates that house nobility and the wealthy elite. It reminds you of the tri-spires of Zadash, only on a much larger, grander, kind of oppressive scale. To the northwest, you can make out the rising walkways and ivory halls of the Soltris Academy. Peeking above the surrounding homes and guild halls, while the north and northeastern skyline gives way to the peaking, climbing towers of the Candles.
The what?
The Candles. The 8 staggering towers that house the leaders of the Cerberus Assembly, each unique in its design and structure. Some seem to bend in impossible ways. Some are beautifully carved to be smooth and stalwart. Some seem to have their own offshoot, separate small towers, each competing to be unique against the others, but lending to this strange series of tall, looming tower shapes that consume that side of the horizon.
I just walk up and I grab Caleb's hand. And I just say, "Hey, we're here with you."
These sights only grasp your vision for but a moment, though. As your attention comes to the destination you walk towards, the inner walls of the terrace that holds Castle Ungebrock. As you walk to the barrier gatehouse, you look upon the dark stone Gothic mass that is Castle Ungebrock. The central pentagonal stronghold rises up like an intricate, jagged monolith, symbolizing the Empire's power. Numerous pointed spires and battlements surround the towers that peer from the bulky castle keep, housing intricate elevated walkways and tall arched windows of stained glass, not dissimilar to the cathedral you just left. The central castle curtain wall extends in 4 directions into the surrounding quadrants that resemble their own separate strongholds that all attach to the main central castle. They encompass the entirety of the inside of this terrace, within the secondary walls that contain it. It's an awe-inspiring citadel of dizzying size. Numerous soldiers rush throughout the terrace, still driven by the chaos of the day, checking in with each other, taking commands, and doing passes around to ensure that, perhaps, if the attacks come back, they're ready. You're quickly ushered up to the entrance stairs and through the main gate into the shaded halls of the castle itself. Recurring sconce torchlight continues to create a warm, flickering glow to the tall but thin hallways, and your eyes can barely focus on the details of the stonework, the decor, and the personnel within before you are rushed to a holding vestibule of some kind. Barred windows let in the overcast light of day, while stone benches line the walls of the otherwise unfurnished chamber. As you step in and are kind of gently guided into the room, Marshal Ishmael says, "Please wait here until you are summoned." 2 of the soldiers step into the chamber. The marshal closes the door behind her, and those 2 soldiers remain inside, just flanking to the right and left of the door. The room itself is about 30 feet by 40 feet. It's quite an open space. The benches around it, on the sides you can use to sit, but the space is yours for who knows how long.
Oh, we're alone?
You're alone except for two
random guards.
Yeah, these are elite Town's Guard. You can see the Crown's Guard. The armor they wear is similar to the rest of the Crown's Guard, but much like the Marshal, they have elevated like signature threads across the cloak, and the armor on them appears to be more intricate. The helmet itself wears almost like a feather-type plume on the top that signifies their elevated status.
I quickly turn to Caleb and I say, we're going to rely on your experience here. Have you ever been in this chamber before?
I don't imagine I have.
You've never been inside the castle.
This is like the fucking Pentagon where we are right now.
Oh, shit.
Do you know who we might be speaking with?
Or if they search their visitors?
We have a bag.
I don't know who we will be meeting.
The only name you heard before was the Prime Arbiter.
Is there enough time for a short rest while we're in here?
Possibly. You don't know how long until you're going to be called, so you can begin to try for one if you'd like.
Might as well. Might as well.
Word will travel fast.
Do you
that we are
guys
here.
want to, I'm just gonna keep my back to the guards and take my symbol and put it into the bag of holding, the haversack.
Good call.
I will do the same.
Yeah, we'll...
Slowly, we all take a moment to casually walk over and deposit.
Well, we'd all sit down in like this circle and rest and
Yeah, maybe
chat.
I'll just, as everyone's
I'm just gonna-
chatting, I'm just gonna go around and gather everyone's with my sleight of hand.
Yeah, and just put
We
them into
make
the
like a purse pile, like at conventions when you sit down and you just dump all
put
your
your
shit in
bags
the middle
in
of
the
your
middle
circle
and just talk.
Yeah.
I'm definitely making tea.
Caleb is going to just slide down a wall and pull his gore-covered cloak around himself and see if he can make it through a short rest. I can't remember if we've had a short rest or if I had a chance to use Arcane Recovery.
I believe you
no idea. So I'm just not going to do it.
We did not, because we didn't do it before we went down after Nod.
I believe you did take a short rest.
I don't know.
You did take a short rest in the stairs there, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
So I think you did use it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm still doing the same action. I'm sinking down in the corner.
You got it.
I'll try. I guess I'll heal if we're taking a short rest.
Well, we
Assuming
don't.
it finishes.
Oh, well, we don't know.
Assuming it finishes.
Yeah.
But you guys
We'll
can.
find
Are we
out.
doing a short rest? We
You're
don't know.
beginning one, but you have the time to talk amongst yourselves and whatever.
Are there any windows in this room?
There are 5 tall windows on one side of the wall, kind of on the wall, the side facing away from where you entered. It's kind of a long chamber. It's 40 feet on one side and 30 feet wide, and these 5 windows are very tall and thin, and they're kind of all matching, about maybe 12 feet tall at its highest peak. They're standard windows. There's no colors to them. They're not stained glass, but they are designed. The glass itself kind of refracts it, so you can't quite make out the shapes outside. Just the light and maybe some shadows.
Guys,
They are barred.
I was super hurt in that fight, and I can't get my head straight. Remind me again. We are sent by whom to here? The guy from Zadash?
Cobalt.
Cobalt Reserve?
Yeah, what's his name again?
Echo to Xenoth.
Xenoth, that's right, that's right. And that's...
Expositor Dyron.
Yeah, and he sent us here to talk about stuff. What stuff?
We got permission from the Cobalt Soul to investigate the Chained Oblivion.
Chained Oblivion, of course, yes.
And we have done a great good for the
What are
city.
you guys? What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! You don't even know. You kept referring to this. What are you talking about?
Hey, when did you leave? I'm a part of like a huge establishment arcing across the entire globe and network of a monastery called the Cobalt Soul. I don't know if I've ever told you that. You might have just thought I was still like a shit kicker.
No,
when you left.
I am familiar with the Cobalt Soul.
Also, you weren't actually following this thing called the Angel of Irons. You were following the Chained Oblivion.
Were you aware of anything, or were you just sort of a mindless robot?
I was fully aware of everything. I just had no control over what I was doing and the choices that I couldn't make any. I couldn't make any choices.
I knew that you didn't want to be evil, Yasha.
Thank you, Jester.
I was on the fence.
So, question. Because you don't remember much past when you woke up and you're called the Orphan Maker.
Yeah.
Has all of this happened to you before?
Yeah. All of the sort of time that I lost in between, or after I left the tribe, I guess, Oban had found me before, and we traveled together and did very bad things, but I didn't remember until he found me again, and a lot of things are still coming back to me now.
How did you break free before?
Well, I somehow came upon a shrine of the Stormlord. And I sort of... I woke up still feeling out of sorts, but I felt a little bit more me.
Wasn't Oban only interested in individuals who had a prolonged existence, a resistance to death? And are you immortal?
No, I'm not immortal, but it's what he would call his unstoppable family. So...
Why were you unstoppable?
Well, I think we can die and come back a little bit easier than other people.
That was just innate in you, or he gave that to you?
I think it's something that I maybe already had.
Wow.
But
where'd you get it?
I don't know.
Yasha's a superhero. Yasha's a superhero, just like... Oh my god.
No, I mean, I can die, of course, and if I died and somebody left me there and didn't do anything, I don't think I would just like come back to life. I think it's just very easy to bring me back, I guess.
Yasha, Have you ever had a halo?
What's a halo?
It's like a circle around your head that glows all the time.
Yeah, this girl we traveled with, Rini, she had one.
She was a superhero.
Yeah.
I've never had anything above my head but my hair and, if things are flying around.
Maybe a hat.
I don't feel a halo.
Oh, smart.
You have like wings-ish, yeah?
Yeah, but that's something that comes out at weird times. It's not real.
To catch you up, we've been chasing this Angel Lions, which is a terrible entity called Theresdun, the Chained Oblivion.
And we've been chasing that entity because of your mission for the Cobalt Soul, right?
Absolutely. Got approval from day one.
Yep, okay. Sanctioned mission.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the story.
All for the Empire.
Yep, I believe we met some members of the Cobalt Soul.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That was when I felt like I knew you were either definitely evil or definitely. Yeah.
You knew it was either one of those things.
It's a binary choice.
Yes, yeah, it was definitely
Evil
not.
or not yourself.
Yasha, did you leave this plane of existence at any time? I know that's a strange question, but did you travel anywhere that wasn't here?
Yes.
Do you remember what for?
Or where?
It was mainly for travel.
What you read?
Hand me that page.
We just traveled a lot. I think we were.
One thing, we should focus on what we're going to say in there, of course. But real quick, this thing about you being a little bit more likely to become alive again after you're dead. What did something draw you to Mollymock? How did you meet him? Because didn't he say that the same thing happened to him?
He clawed his way out of a grave.
Yeah.
I mean, I met him because when I finally came to, I came upon their circus, and I met them, and I met Mollymock and the rest of them, and it was just happenstance that I came across them, and he became my friend.
Did anything particularly draw you to each other?
Other than the fact that you're both wonderful?
Well, yeah, of
That's-
course.
Well, I mean, I was drawn to him because he was Mollymock. I don't think there was any reason we were brought together, but I'm very glad he found me when he did.
Speaking of, check it out. I got this dope tattoo that was very much like his. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. It's healed now.
I do
think I
have
did get much there.
a question. Why are you speaking differently?
Right.
He got kicked by a donkey in Zadash. Messed up his whole head. Forgot who he was. Couldn't walk for days. Peed his pants. It was a mess. He's just starting to walk and talk again now.
That can't be true.
No, it
I don't
is.
feel like if you were kicked in the
bent
head by
over.
a donkey, you would start talking differently.
Bent over to tie his shoe, got kicked in the head by a donkey. Totally different guy.
I think I know a guy in Texas that happened
Is he British now? Out of curiosity?
to. He got kicked up. Yeah.
Okay.
That man's name is Hugh Grant.
No, you're not imagining things. I had pretended to sort of emulate someone I looked up to very much, and I found while you were away that there was no point in trying to be someone else. I should just try and live this life as me. And while this voice had not served me very well previously, I've decided to give it a go. Because fuck it.
Well, this is actually not the way that I talk.
What?
I was just kidding.
Question. Are the two guards like ping pong listening to all of this?
You guys are far enough away where unless they have some super hearing, they can't hear you.
How far away?
They're 40
They're probably like close to 30 feet from you guys. I imagine you guys are having this conversation
Like
closer
60
to
feet
near the
away.
windows. They're less hearing it and more just watching you to make sure you don't do anything funny.
Caleb is listening to all the shenanigans around him and is bathed in a total cold sweat.
Okay.
But turning attention towards what might happen in there, no mention of visits across the old range.
I would also assume that these walls have ears.
What? There might be monitoring. Okay.
So don't fart.
For untrustworthy
Because
folks,
people
not
don't like
us.
it when you fart in their castle.
Really?
I've heard.
Why are you so stressed, Caleb?
Oh, Yasha. He just really got to fart. And he's holding it in. I can see it on his face. He's sweating because of it.
There's
Sometimes
so much for us to
Well, I am
catch up
certainly
on.
not one to judge, so if you need to fart, you can fart.
Perhaps you should do us all a favor and fart, Caleb.
Don't do it. Don't do it in the castle. They really don't like
gamble on a
it.
fart, lose. You'll
Yeah,
never
you should
forgive
never
yourself.
trust a fart.
There's nothing there.
Can I keep an eye on the back of his pants for a little Plinko machine action?
Don't look at my poo muscles.
All right.
But we have your authority from the Cobalt Soul. We have a symbol of that we were given.
We have done a great service to the city, so hopefully that
And
is a help.
remember, we were trying to sort of keep an eye on any incursions from the dynasty into the empire.
Do you think any personnel need be mentioned in this discussion?
How do you mean which personnel?
Well, their personnel? We are sort of suspicious of some of them. We have names of people who.
I don't think so. We're kind of in, the heart of this
Is
thing.
it also just possible that we did a good thing and good things are now going to happen?
Certainly.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
things don't just
I'm
happen
not
because
saying I'm right all
Also,
the time, but I've
just-
been right before.
There is if I'm correct, I remember hearing about
Thank
certain
you.
abilities that would cause you to speak only the truth, right? So let's be sure that if you are unsure of your truth, maybe don't say anything.
Let's just stick to the facts. We're not guilty of anything.
That's right.
So don't act like it.
I mean,
I'm not ashamed of
No.
anything I've done.
Just don't talk.
I'll take a big swig.
Oh, no.
This is the second time we have done this, only now we have no trump card.
Well, we have our symbol from the Empire.
One note, Yasha, you've met some of these folks before that we might encounter in there, and one of them took a liking to you, right?
Oh, we should go see them.
It's
Way
possible.
back.
I don't know.
Oh, Trent? Oh.
I mean,
Why do you think he looks like he's going to fart?
No?
Huh?
Nothing.
Trent.
Oh, the door opens. You
did we get a short rest in?
You didn't quite get a short rest.
Fuck!
8 hit points.
The door opens and the marshal arrives once more. You are to leave your weapons within the chamber. Follow me.
Not a problem.
You should heal Caleb. He's got no.
One of the guards comes in, and somebody from behind comes with a small table and sets it up outside of the door. And as you approach, the marshal kind of gestures towards the table to leave your weapons
That's
within.
my name.
I will put the whip and the whatever other thing, but there is no sword to be seen.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Put my crossbow and see if I can just sort of keep the gun tucked away.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Oof.
Oh boy.
You have a gun and a dagger on you.
A gun and a dagger, you're right. That is sleight of hand?
Yes.
29.
You feel pretty confident that you hid both the dagger and the gun without issue.
Okay.
What good it will do you beyond me?
I bring my fists because they're always with me, bitches.
You have to register them though before you go into the
You do. You leave your staff?
Huh?
Leave your staff?
Yeah, I'll leave my stuff.
Okay.
Do they have names?
I'll get back to you on that.
I'll leave my shield. Are they going to make noise about my staff?
Yes.
Can I keep my crystal or no?
No.
All right. I don't know. All right.
I'm going to place my handbags down. Should I leave my shield? I leave my awesome new shield.
Do you have your? Oh, you have the rod that doesn't look like a weapon necessarily.
I can leave it. I've got a couple wands on me.
It looks like a princess scepter.
Say, unless you're going to try and hide them, they're going to want you to place anything that could be possible.
Right, I'll put my one rod and I'll put my wand of smiles as well down.
Okay. You have 2 swords.
I mean, I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Please.
It's okay.
Put the skin gorger down.
And?
That's more of like a walking stick. All right.
Magician's judge.
Okay.
I'm also going to put my old metal orc mask on the table.
Just put it on.
I'm
ready.
And some hair oil.
Okay.
Forgot about that hair oil.
And a business card for the hair oil.
Slide. Don't break eye contact.
Yeah.
Should I leave my weasel on the table, or just can I take the weasel with me? He's just.
The weasel looks up. Call the guards. Which would you prefer? Call the guards.
I'll take him with me.
Make a persuasion check.
Call the ASPCA, please.
Call the police.
I'd like to immigrate to the Empire.
Persuasion.
Is that the rubber weasel
Is that a
protector?
14
I love that.
or a 19?
What?
Is that a 14 or a 19?
I can't see as your fingers in the way. That's a 14.
Okay, so that is a 19.
You can keep the weasel.
Thank you.
It's trying to slip a note to the guard.
My
name is Toby.
It's desperately doing thieves.
Call my parents. All right.
Sprinkle. I'm petting Sprinkle.
With all the noticed weapons placed upon the table and surrendered,
It's blinking SOS.
the marshal leads you out of the chamber. You are then led down a rapid flurry of turns, each arched hallway bending from the last until you come upon a large set of double doors carved from a deep red wood, each bearing the crest of the Dundalian Empire, the familiar owl and wheat over the crown symbol. I'm sure you guessed that, right? The symbol.
No.
That's the
owl?
That's the
Fucking
symbol.
owl.
This is the symbol for the Empire?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, you have never shown
Or
that to us.
the full Empire, or that's the whole Empire.
Like that is the consistent.
Can I see it? Can I see it?
Owl was a plant.
They give a hoot.
Piece of shit.
Which things on that could you turn into
I have
dick?
so many unused owl puns. I gotta do something with them.
There you go.
No, save them. Save them for the future.
It's true.
The marshal knocks on the door heavily. The resonant booms, echoing throughout the nearby walls. A moment later, the doors open from within. And you're brought into an enormous chamber, the ceiling ramping up towards the back, where the extremely tall back walls bear numerous red banners that hang nearly 40 to 50 feet from the apex. Multiples of them. Elite Crownsguard are stationed throughout the room, while the back center of the chamber climbs via stair to multiple small platforms, almost forum-like, containing what looks to be empty high-backed chairs that face inward towards the pinnacle of the rising stairs, where a platform wide on the top, holds multiple figures gathered around an incredibly tall throne. It's at this point you gather that you're in the throne chamber of King Birchwind Dwendal.
Fuck me. Okay.
You're ushered into the room and led to the stair, climbing them one by one. The footfalls echo throughout the spacious hall, and your ears pick up the sound of your heart beating faster. You can hear the muffled sounds of conversation coming from above. You begin to reach the apex of the climb and tip over the top to arrive at the gathering of 8 figures, all of which are standing but one. Sitting atop the large-backed throne itself, you see a man in his late 60s. His past shoulder length, kind of wavy, dark gray hair bunched over his brown and gold noble attire. A long, thin beard that just kind of crests down from his chin is tied from beneath, and a crown of gold upon his brow to the same symbol as the one you see on the bottom of the crest. From artworks and depictions you've seen, you now know this to be King Birchwind Dwendal. Standing to the king's right is an older male gnome of darker skin, white receding hair, and robes of matching colors to the king's attire. You two make history checks for me.
Not this one, not that one.
My hands are drenched. History?
Yes.
18.
19.
Great. Both of you recognize this figure to likely be Oliver Schreiber, who is the retainer to the crown, the direct associate and assistant to the king.
Oliver who?
Schreiber.
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 Like the assistant to the crown, like hand to the king type
Kind of,
thing?
yeah, the retainer. To the left of the king, you see a man of similar age to the king, though he stands tall and thin from within his immaculately tailored garments of silver silks, jeweled epaulets, and billowing sleeves. His pale skin and very tightly trimmed hair on top of a clean-shaven, if intense and judging, long face. You both know this likely to be Prime Arbiter Sidnock Truscan.
Sidnock Truscan.
He is the leader of the noble Truscan family, which oversee much of the Truscan Vale, which is the far west area where Diastok and Kamorda currently are. Within the current council that surrounds this platform, you see an agender half-elf of middle age wrapped in the most elaborate robes of the Cobalt Soul you've had yet to encounter. Their short red hair tangles like a flame while their expression masks their true mood with a neutral smile. Bo, you recognize them immediately by reputation, not by visual recognition, as the High Curator Udala Fawn, Herald of the Rexentrim Archive.
Udala Fawn?
Udala Fawn. The rest of the group that you're greeting here are familiar to you all. Arcanist Allura Vaisora looks at you with a nod. Headmaster Ormid Haas halts his conversation with Martinet Ludinus Daleth as they both look your way upon your approach. Ludinus looking in your direction.
How are their expressions when they look upon us, especially Allura? Is it inviting, worrisome? What do we see on her face?
She nodded warmly.
She nodded, like, kind of acknowledging your arrival. There is a figure that, one of the 8 figures is a very, very well-armored guard. You do not see the face, and they stay to the side and the back of the throne of the king. It looks like a personal protector, a guard who is just at all times full plate armor, a tall figure, and with no expression, you just see the helmet itself in dark shadow where the eyes would be, and it's just at any given point in time ready to protect the king.
Is Udala Fawn Zadash or Rexentrim?
Rexentrim.
That's right, I thought.
The last figure, to your immediate right, is the old, jaundiced face of Master Trent Ickathon. As you approach, Allura speaks up. Ah, yes, these are the Mighty Nine I spoke of, Your Grace. They are the ones who uncovered the plot by this hidden religious sect. Ormid Haas then speaks up. Indeed, since our encounter, I've looked into the threads that connect this Angel of Irons, the disparate records of their doing and the machinations of the Chained Oblivion. The similarities are embarrassing to have not been caught sooner, my liege. The king sits and leans forward in the throne. And you know this has not been done by the dynasty hands? How? The timing of their attack on the capital and this apparent occult event is convenient, is it not? They all kind of turn and look towards you as you clear your throat.
It definitely struck us as well. My personal theory, if there's interest, this cult, uses a lot of mind control and manipulation. My theory as to why the quick retreat happened, seemingly in an unexpected way, was this is really nerve-wracking.
Never heard you
was
talk this
perhaps,
loud.
I've never heard me talk this loud. Due to sudden realization that they didn't entirely understand what their motivations were in the first place. They may have panicked when control over a couple key members was released. I have no proof of this other than just a suspicion and the timing.
The king goes, this is just a hunch, as you would say.
Uneducated guess.
You look perhaps not as educated as one would assume.
Thank you.
Yundala speaks up and steps forward. It is odd timing, my liege, but our operatives have been closely monitoring Kryn movements for some time, and there is little sign of a larger involvement with this cult. We've numerous expositors who have infiltrated the enemy, and current estimation is that perhaps this cult instead orchestrated their attack in time with the Kryn assault, not the other way around. One such expositor I speak of was part of this troop. Expositor Beauregard, welcome. If you would speak to our king on what you've discovered while you were in Xhorhas.
Woo! You don't have to. Yes, it seems there is a very significant evidence to suggest that this war between the dynasty and the empire exists no more than personal grudge that has existed for hundreds of years now. You're right, this is nerve-wracking. While some members of the Kryn dynasty might have also experienced mind control, we did see evidence that there were portals from the hells being opened up, or from the abyss, my apologies. On the dynasty side, just as equally as we found evidence that there were portals being opened up on the empire side, which, honestly, to my educated guess, leads me to believe that this was some sort of potentially global infiltration that was being planned. Like punching holes between realities, and with enough holes, you get a thinner and thinner veil that's more easily torn. Like termites. Thank you.
She speaks truth. And everyone kind of looks over and you can see Martinet Ludinus Deleth in his older, elvish, very graceful form step forward a bit, his robe straightening a bit behind. There have been a number of these portals discovered across the Empire for some weeks now. Each one seemingly housed by some sort of dimensional anchor. They have been gathered and destroyed. And from what we can gather, these were possibly placed by either the Kryn or by this cult. Based on the information that has been presented, while we at first thought perhaps it was to scramble and confuse us to enable the ease of attack on our own soil, This dimensional puncturing, as you perhaps put it, seems to lean closer in the direction of what this cult was attempting to achieve.
And with all due respect, Lieutenants, we have firsthand evidence that there were other members from the Empire as well who were responsible in placing these devices, not just Kreen operatives.
The king at this point has been kind of tugging and stroking, listening on his beard down below his chin. Goes, well, then please tell us.
We found this device, one of the mechanisms used to open these portals, with a piece of this fabric that we traced back, and with the help of the incredible cleric Jester Lavore, scryed and traced it back to an Empire operative.
Is anyone shifting? Is anyone blushing?
Make an insight check.
I was definitely going to look for that as well.
Specifically Martinet.
19.
19.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
This nerve-wracking scene brought to you by Dwarven Forge. I don't know why it would be brought to you by Dwarven Forge. There's no Dwarven Forge on the table. But I have nothing else to
All
say.
tense moments brought to you by Dwarven Forge.
Because you're talking to an actual fucking king.
Is Fancy Pants in here?
Fancy Pants.
Vance.
Fancy Pants?
Vinci, no, they didn't. He didn't mention him.
Yeah.
Trying to be very fucking vague, but also
I think we should say the
just
name
say his
of
name.
I mean,
What else are we going to do?
We have identification on the man who we believe is responsible for placing this device.
Can we be sure everyone in this room is to be trusted? Hi, sorry.
The king kind of leans forward and goes, You're not a usual goblin.
No, I'm not.
Curious. Trust is a flexible thing. Loyalty, that is important. But trust must be earned. Everyone in this chamber, well, you see looking at you all and then eyeing to Allura, those who commonly work within this chamber are as trusted as one can be, which is mostly. But I am where you see me sitting now because I don't trust anybody completely.
Why is he looking at me?
He was talking to you the most.
So, who have you identified?
His name is Vince.
The king immediately leans back and looks over towards the Martinet, Ludinus, Steleth, as well as all the other members of the council all look to him, and Ludinus goes, Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw him with my own eyes.
She really doesn't joke, ever.
Blondie, nice hair. Eyes are a little too close together.
Works for you.
He watches, he kind of brings his hand across the air and begins to draw a faint symbol. You recognize it as a spell that you use quite often to speak with individuals. Vance, where are you? I need you here. In the castle. Vance! He's not responding. Sends off another spell and goes, We're doing an all-point search for Vince.
my associate, lock down Rexentrim. Do not let him leave. I have to ensure that we're keeping an eye on him.
He has a book, if I recall.
Did you scry on him?
I did. I scried on him. I scried on him when we.
You did.
When we landed in Rexentrum.
Mhm.
I, Laura, don't remember, but
The last
Jester would definitely.
The last you saw, he was in the cathedral passing over the device to the cardinal.
That's right.
And the scrolls that seemed to
Yeah, he was the one that tipped us
inform
off.
the ritual that was to be set
I'd
below.
say that out loud.
Okay, so you express all of this.
Yes.
You can see kind of Ludinus taking it in, his eyes darting back and forth. You can see a kind of a bit of a flush to his face of embarrassment.
Benson Tharius, there is not to let him leave. Extend this message to all points in the Empire, all boundaries, all borders.
Frustratingly, I just recently had bequeathed unto him a means of protecting from divination at his request. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. Turns to look at the king and Udala and goes, if I might have the assistance of the Cobalt Soul, perhaps, and Udala goes, of course, we will also spread this information in search for this individual. At this point, the marshal steps forward, actually, from below the steps and goes, we have just come from the Chantry of the Dawn, where it appears that this group, for a point of trusting, did thwart this attempt. They prevented this terrible thing from happening, saved a number of Empire lives, according to the witnesses present. At which point Sidnock kind of steps forward and goes,
Reports stated the Kryn incursion today rapidly ended around the time that this cult was halted. But yet we still do not have proof there wasn't a sign of collaboration. Nothing but words against words.
Allura steps forward and goes, actually, my apologies. Upon learning of the threat from the Mighty Nine, not but a number of days ago, I returned myself to Taldore at their request and insistence to acquire permission from the rest of our council to reach out.
Rest of the council?
Yes. To reach out to the Bright Queen on our behalf. The Council of Taldore. The king goes,
Who's the council of Taldore?
the king steps forward. Don't make me roll initiative here.
Well, I haven't asked. I'm
You had to
pretty
complete
new
the
here.
set.
I don't
Okay.
understand. I don't know what that is yet. I was just wondering for.
And as Allura says this, you can see she's like carefully choosing the words and seems to be like, in that final bit of the sentence, reach out to the Bright Queen on our behalf, is like preparing. The king immediately shoots forward in the throne and goes,
You parlayed with our enemy without our consent!
At which point, Allura goes, I did so because time was of the essence, apparently. Because the Council of Taldore remains neutral to the Kryn dynasty, I could claim an audience without conflict. I notified them of all that we had learned, the Mighty Nine, and as such myself, about the seeming infiltration of the cult within even their own midst, apparently. And they seem to be responsive to trusting the word of these esteemed protectors. Thus, the Bright Queen agreed to temporarily withdraw their attack, preventing them in unintentionally aiding this Angel of Iron's cult. There's a pause. Everyone kind of looks at each other and looks at you and kind of like... Some of it's a look of being impressed, some trying to put together kind of what this means. The king leans forward once more. Intensely, his eyes narrowed.
They withdrew on your word. On their word. What have been your dealings with the Bright Queen outside of this, if I might ask? That they would withdraw at the word of a handful of adventurers.
Well, we've been working with Expositor Beauregard.
I found, in my line of work, King Dwindle, if you are going to learn about your enemy, you need to get close to them. Luckily, traveling with a band of misfits and goblins and half-orcs and Caduceus.
Fair.
They were the perfect cover to get me close, without suspicion.
You were using us?
What else have you learned in your time with the Bright Queen? He looks genuinely interested now.
She really wants her fucking beacon back.
The relic.
You know where it is?
Ludinus steps forward and goes, My liege, times of war make for unique circumstances. If they have indeed endeared themselves to the dynasty, perhaps we could use them to shift things in our favor. Perhaps to bring an end to this conflict. The king is still looking at you and goes, And how do you propose we do this, Ludinus? This relic they mention, Trent, seems to have recently uncovered the relic that the dynasty has accused us of having stolen. The challenges we've had in finding a ground to bargain may be turning in our favor, my liege. Using these 9, 7,
Will and Sprinkle.
7.5.
Please.
Kill me. Using these operatives perhaps as a mediation tool, maybe we can bring this conflict to a close. Allura and the others kind of look about each other curiously. Trent nods with a smile, his eyes falling onto Caleb briefly.
Ooh.
Oh no.
King Dwindle goes, And the Assembly feels this course is viable. Trent steps forward. We do, my liege. An optimistic view. Then I shall allow it. You, mighty 9. You stand on the edge of treason for your dealings with the enemy, so do not squander this opportunity to prove your worth and allegiance. You will operate under the guidance of the Martinet in arranging this parley. Use your influence to bring them to the table and ensure the return of this relic is received as a token to end this conflict. Should you fail, then I give you over to the Prime Arbiter for judgment, and points to Sidnok Truskin, who is just kind of listening quietly and, while has not been involved in this conversation as much as the others, has been very carefully watching each of you and your reactions. Allura rolls her eyes and crosses her arms in a huff, like, ugh. The king speaks up once more. I have a people to protect. Innocents and families who suffer at the hands of this unprovoked war. Nothing is more important to me than maintaining the safety and sanctity of the Dwendalian citizenry. If we can end this conflict and keep to our ends of the Ashkeeper Peaks, since that would be a great victory, yes.
Does he seem like that's what he really wants?
Make an insight check.
Never works anyway for me, because I roll like shit all the time. 7.
And a half.
7 and a half.
You try and follow, but just the force of his presence in itself is intimidating enough that you're not able to get much of a read.
I don't even know what he's saying, you guys.
We may need some time to recuperate before anything is really... I'm having trouble even following this.
Of course. The Martinet will take care of it for you. See that you do not fail our great empire.
Your Majesty, if I may, these dealings, of course, will be very dangerous. I'm sure you can appreciate. Pardon my asking, are your intentions to deliver this relic if we can secure a peaceful resolution to this war?
Puts his hand towards Ludinus and Trent, and Ludinus goes, of course. It doesn't serve us any purpose. Now that we've uncovered it, to return it would be easy. And hopefully, if this is indeed their intent as they say it is, then it will end it. If it is not, that only proves that they will not rest until all of us are dead and under the ground.
I am confident that we will be able to find a way to resolve this. I would only ask, do you have any further terms for engaging in this talk? Does it need to be here? Does it need to be on neutral ground? Is there anything you will not consider?
The king leans forward. Well, since you seem to be the experts, as you seem to be the experts on the dynasty with your dealings, I leave those details in your hands.
We appreciate your trust, my liege.
Now, he raises his hand in a kind of dismissing motion. The rest of the council around you kind of breaks off a bit, takes the note that this meeting has been adjourned. The Schreiber, the gnome, turns and begins to talk to the king quietly off to the side while Allura kind of rushes over to you with a smile. Well done.
Everything hurts.
Intimidating room.
We're apparently on the edge of being traitors, but yes, I guess we did a job well done.
Par for the course.
Hello.
Hello. Your friends spoke quite highly of you. We managed to utilize their connection with you to look into your well-being. I'm glad to see that you're all right.
Well, we'll see.
Hello, Lysorin.
Hello. My name is Yasha.
So I've heard. Well, I need to check in, and if perhaps, and turns back, and the king kind of gives her a look, says, "Not you." Then she goes, "If you need anything that I can do, let me know."
That was very brave what you did. You took quite the initiative.
Trust me, I've done far stupider.
I believe it.
Things are moving faster than either of these nations can track. If you and the Taldori Council, whoever they may be, can do anything to stay one step ahead of it, please do so. It is too much for us alone.
Understood.
Oh, sorry. And if we need a neutral place to meet, to organize a meeting for these two nations, maybe it could be in your nation?
I do not think the king would be interested in dragging this to distant foreign soil.
Oh, maybe like another plane of existence or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Sure.
Well, at which point you can see Ludinus steps up behind her. I'm certain you could work out the details with the individual of which you are charged. Martinet, Arcanist.
I got an
I'll take my leave.
He's Martinet.
Good luck.
Martinet.
And then Allura,
Yeah.
Allura heads down the stairs.
You called him by his first name instead of by his title. It was pretty cool.
Super familiar.
What's Ikathon been doing all this time?
It's actually about 10 feet behind. Yeah, behind Ludinus.
T-Money.
And Trent is in the process of like kind of gathering robes over one shoulder and about to turn in your direction.
No.
Ludinus goes, "Very well. Reach out to your contacts to aid in arranging such a meeting. We shall convene come the noonday sun tomorrow. I'll arrange for lodging within the Kamaruth cottage here within the Shimmerwood. I will greet you there in the morrow."
It's gonna be at least tomorrow morning before I can contact anybody because I'm pretty spent. Just letting you know.
You look it, but apparently you've been quite busy today, so take your rest. This is a high-end establishment. We'll convene and figure out what you plan in the morning.
Thank you. Will we be escorted to this place, or are we on our own?
There'll be an escort. And looks over towards the marshal, and the marshal goes, "Of course, Martinet. Good. I'll see you then." He turns around and exits down the staircase. As you guys begin to follow, Trent kind of saunters up alongside your group.
Stand in front of Caleb.
Yeah, I stand on the other side.
Impressive business, isn't it? You've come far from simple sellswords and pit fighters. Looking towards Yasha. Especially you, Brian. And then just continues walking, following after Ludinus.
Fuck. I don't like him.
Should I go kill him?
No,
You
probably
can.
not.
Just I don't like him. He rubs me the wrong way.
Maybe you should act on impulse.
I was making a bit of a joke, but
Yeah. As you guys descend the stairs towards the opening of the chamber, the marshal and the same escort guard, though half the size as previous, just a general escort, less of a herding as it was upon your arrival to the castle, begins to lead you back through the lengthy chambers of the inside of Ungebrock and back out to the Shimmer Ward to lead you to the Cameruth Cottage and whatever the next stage in this endeavor entails. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight.
Into Shimmerwood?
Shimmer Ward.
Shimmer
It's the ward.
The castle is the Ungerkrok?
Ungebroch. Unga, like Unga Bunga.
Ungebrochen is an actual full German phrase. I have to remember a little more. I think it means like unbroken, unbreakable. Like I'll double check again. I'm sure I'll be corrected.
He fucking knows.
He knows who you are.
He knows.
Of course he knows.
But you've done nothing to him. You've done nothing to him. He's done stuff to you.
He ran away.
Yeah, that's just.
Killed one of his.
Wait, you killed one of his?
Killed one of his.
Who?
No. Never mind.
Oh, we just got a little story.
Is that a slip?
No, I think it's been dropped.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll pick up there next week.
Fucking campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Yourself well.
Marisha, Ray.
Good job. Good job.
Wow.
Good job, expositor.
Expositor.
It's terrifying.
You've been exposited.
Oh my god. That was so fucking stressful.
Talking to Donald Rumsfeld, and you're like, Sidani,
We also need to add the number of words that Caduceus put together in consecutive order to the
Out
leaderboard.
loud.
He's having a panic attack, man. He was just
great.
like, oh god. No, what? No, it's happening. Okay.
Is this what they call civilization?
Yeah, this is a lot. This is a really big room. It's the biggest room I've ever seen. How do you get the ceiling on this? Wow. Okay.
Awesome. We'll look forward to next week to pick up from here. Until then, thank you guys so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.